even if it doesn't understand you.
These
No.
hands are
Okay.
infinitely lingual.
Now, how do I make that a passive? I just constantly glaring at things everywhere I go.
I'd like to intimidate everything.
There is a class called Flesh Warp I'd like to direct you to.
Yes, true.
One of the intimidate feats, I think it's called Battle Cry. It's just whenever you roll initiative, as part of the initiative, you can roll to intimidate someone.
That's so good.
Surprise round.
And then I got the strategic assessment. Basically, anytime I crit with my device of stratagem, we get to learn about a weakness, resistance, or immunity that whoever I hit has.
Oh, that's cool.
That's actually really sick. And
then obviously the dual thrower for my dual thing, so I can actually use it from far away.
Is anybody in quick reference right now?
I'm not.
No.
Anyway, yep, that's me.
Kingmaker. There we go. Got that part fixed.
Who next? Who got something
next.
cool?
I got Deflect Arrow, which is part 1 of the 2-part series Catch and Throw Arrow. Deflect Arrow is a reaction if I'm shot at by a physical projectile, so not like a magic projectile. I can use my reaction to get a +4 bonus to AC against the attack, and if it hits in that +4 zone, then it is deflected, which currently doesn't mean anything special, I don't think, but eventually
Looks cool though.
Yeah.
I imagine this as you've always wanted to catch and throw arrows, and so you're just working up to it. Like you keep knocking them aside, juggling them, trying to get it and throw it back.
One step at a time.
I got, for my skill feat, I got Group Impression, which is a diplomacy skill that lets me, when I use the Make an Impression feature of diplomacy, I can use the same result against 2 targets instead of 1. It's possible to get different degrees of success for each target, and the number of targets goes up as I get higher tier proficiency in the skill.
A quick note on that, and if this in any way changes your desire to have it, feel free to swap it. I tend to dislike the depth of the mechanics that Pathfinder goes into with diplomacy skills. So basically, rather than that stated effect, I would treat that more as a bonus of when trying to convince multiple people or a group, you will have bonuses towards that, rather than specifically like you make this check and it applies to both of those people, and then a second check applies to both of them, and now that's 4 people.
That is my intention. Your wording is my intention of taking the feat, so that sounds good to me. And the last thing I got is a new monk stance called Reflective Ripple Stance. It's one of the new fancy stances from one of the new magic books. It is a water stance, and it gives me one. I have to choose divine or occult trait for this, and I'll be choosing occult. You enter stance of fluid grace as small amounts of water flow with your movements and attacks. You make flowing wave attacks that deal 1d6 bludgeoning damage and have the brawling group and the traits agile, disarm, finesse, non-lethal, trip, unarmed, and water.
A mouthful.
A lot of traits. Well, in Reflective Ripple Stance, I get a +1 circumstance bonus to athletics checks to disarm, swim, trip, and then I also get a +2 circumstance bonus to my reflex DC to avoid being disarmed or tripped.
So it just gives you a new attack? Is that what it was?
Yes. All the stances pretty much give a new style of attacking, and then a small passive bonus. Basically, the main difference between this one and Shark Stance will be Reflective Ripple Stance will do less damage and be sometimes worse than Shark Stance at disarming people, though it's kind of circumstantial. The Reflective Ripple Stance is more consistent because I don't need to be flanking or flat-footed. Have them be flat-footed. But it'll be better at tripping by a lot. and I'll be able to not be tripped as easily.
Neat.
So I've got like one stands for
Yeah.
disarming and damage, and one stands for tripping and not being tripped. Oh, and the reflective ripple stance has better chance to hit because it's agile. So if I need to like hit a target for less damage, but it's important that I hit it, the ripple stance is better.
Does that also mean that consecutive disarm attempts are better?
Yes.
Yep.
But the shark stance gives them a -2 to their defense against being disarmed when they're flat-footed, whereas the reflective ripple stance gives a +1 bonus to my chance to disarm, and the penalty for disarming them later in the attack chain is less.
Okay,
So
so
you
it's
could like
basically
chain disarm better.
Yeah.
And you would ripple stance if you weren't if you were chasing down the big bad guy and were by yourself in a pile of water.
My understanding is Ripple is going to be better if you're just like on your own frontlining, and Shark will almost always be better if you've got like an active flanking partner.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, for just general damage, Shark Stance is also just probably better because it does more damage overall. It's a
Is it
higher
a
base. It's a
okay,
D8
yeah.
instead of a D6, and it has the forceful
Yep.
and backstabber. But yeah, so then I got some options.
Neat.
That is my level up.
I got some fun things. So I got, first of all, because of ODing on poison actively currently, I've gained resistance to poisons, where I now resist poison up to equal to half my level, and I gain a +1 status bonus against saving throws against poison.
Very thematic.
So I know a lot of resistant things have this. I don't know if that one does or not. Does that have the if you roll a success, it's a crit success instead? Or is that not
No.
part of it? Okay.
I have a like I was potentially thinking about taking a treatment thing that did that for poison stuff too, but instead I took Titan Wrestler, which allows me to attempt to disarm, grapple, shove, or trip creatures up to 2 sizes larger than me, or up to 3 sizes larger if you're legendary in athletics. So I
Wrestle some giants.
Go wrestle some giants.
Oh, I thought that one was only for grapple, but it's also for disarm and trip. That's interesting. That might be more useful for me to pick up at some point too.
That's very fair. And then I picked up from my archetype, I got Bashing Charge. You smash, bust, and charge through solid objects and obstacles without hesitation. You stride
Listen,
twice.
We
And
just watched Arcane, man.
listen, I've had this on the docket since I made this character. All right. Arcane ripped me off. If your movement passes through or ends adjacent to a door, window, fence, wall, or similar obstacle, you can attempt an athletics check to force open the obstacle with a +1 circumstance bonus to a roll. On a failure, your movement ends at that obstacle. And
amazing. I love that.
it's so
That's
good.
really cool.
And basically, from what I understand, the way that force open works is if you don't have a crowbar, you're at a -2. So in this situation, I would just be at a -1. And your rank of athletics determines kind of what you can force open reasonably. Which right now I'm trained, but next level I go up to expert. So
Gotcha. Okay.
right now I can smash through like glass and ice pretty easily, and then next level I'll be able to like go through doors and actual like wooden portcullises and stuff like that.
Cool.
Oh wait, we could just use you as a siege wrecking ball through a wooden portcullis.
Yeah. And then I also
Sorry, we can use hack.
I also learned, I realized that the problem with the poison that they were using here is that people were still able to move around. So I'm in the process of concocting some leaden leg poison that also just like numbs people's limbs and reduces their speed by a lot as it damages them.
That's
As you do.
terrifying.
And I also, because like it was so cool, I couldn't justify not picking it up. I got a mist form elixir, which basically just turns me into a fog machine and conceals me with the mist that's like rolling off of my body.
That is cool.
I like that.
It only lasts for 3 rounds right now, but I couldn't justify not getting it.
Steamy hack.
Cool hag shit. That's my level though.
How about for you, Kalat?
A lot has shifted his expertise. He is no longer expert diplomacy. He'll be that probably again next level. Instead, he's gone back and gone the ways of crafting. So he's now a magical crafter.
Mm-hmm.
Can get formulas to craft quicker / cheaper. The other things that he picked up is going to be opportunist from his fighter dedication. So now has attacks of opportunity in the party.
Nice.
Since he is now a new even level, his inexorable iron gives him an additional temp HP per level or per round. So I get 2 instead of 1. Call me the tank.
What's your max
Uh,
HP, by the way?
44,
Okay.
but infinite if I only take 2 damage every round.
In a 300 round fight, that's like 644 HP.
There you go, man.
I picked up Devastating Spell Strike, which is an augment to my Spell Strike. Now I just do splash damage to everything around the target that gets Spell Struck.
Cool.
Equal to 3 plus the damage from my Arcane Cascade.
Sick.
And that's 1?
Or 2 plus the damage. Yeah, it's 1. So it's 3 damage total right now.
How's that work? Is that something you can do like at will? Is that a focus
Yep.
thing, or
All my spell strikes are just now devastating spell strikes.
okay? Is that a passive thing, or is that an action like meta magic style where it makes it into a 3 round or 3 action thing? I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, it is just spell strike, but now instead of casting spell strike, I'm casting devastating spell strike. The same action cost and everything. It just
Gotcha.
also does.
It's just straight up
damage.
just better spell strike AOE time.
Yep.
Okay.
I could still just use spell strike, but basically mostly other classes get some kind of augment to their spell strike at this level.
All right.
Welcome to the wonderful world of trying not to ping your allies with damage constantly.
Actually, it only splashes onto nearby foes, so I
Aw,
don't have
sick.
that problem.
Magic.
Listen, hackers.
And spell strike burning hands.
Wait, we should have totally called your kobold followers hackers.
There's still time.
There's still time. There's still time.
That is it for me. My big ones are going to be the fact that I get 1 more temp HP every round, and currently opportunity attacks. It's going to be real fun.
Ooh, opportunity attacks is nice.
Opportunity to
Especially with a
actually
reach weapon.
Hello, turtle.
Yep.
We're
So
playing
the
some
trigger is
Pathfinder.
a creature within your reach uses the manipulate action or a move action,
Getting
makes a
ready to
ranged
play
attack, or
Pathfinder.
leaves a square during a move
you
action it's using. So, oof.
So if someone without reach charges you, you get an AOO as they move next to you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I love the description. You swat at a foe. It's so demeaning.
You turn the halberd sideways and just spank them.
Yep.
No.
So I make a melee strike against a triggering creature, and if the attack is a critical hit, and the trigger was a manipulate action, you disrupt the action. So that's a pretty little nifty thing.
Nice.
So yeah, if they try and like cast a spell next to you and you crit them,
Get that
you
shit
not only
clean.
hit them with
Do
the
it. I believe in
damage,
you.
but you also just ruin their spell.
Also appreciate the work.
There's a monk feat.
This is for a spell?
Manipulate
Spells are
is a
manipulate.
spell.
Oh, I did not
Well,
know that.
Specifically, material and somatic components are manipulate, which 90% of spells have, but a pure verbal spell would not provoke. Shield
Okay.
is one of the most common pure verbal spells.
Also, there's tons of stuff like I think that like pulling out potions or something like that. I know if I use my my mutagenic if I use my one of my things, the one that metabolizes my mutagen, that's a manipulate action.
I strongly considered getting the monk feat That's also a reaction that triggers when somebody tries to move within your reach, where you get a melee strike out against the creature, and if you crit and it was a move action, you stop them from moving. It's called stand still. Very similar.
You get so many activities with attack of opportunity
Yeah.
in this edition.
Anyone drawing a weapon triggers that as a note. That's a manipulate action.
Attack of opportunity, real good.
And standing up in your square after you've prone them. That would be taking a move action.
Yep.
So I just need to trip people in your reach.
Yep.
Do keep in mind, it uses your reaction, so you only ever get one per round.
Yeah, but if you get one every round, that's doubling his current number of primary attack
This is true.
rate attacks.
Probably doubling his number of total attacks too, because that's just kind of how Magus vibes.
Slightly underneath that, actually. I think on average I hit slightly higher than 1 attack per round. Now that there's actual use for using normal attacks. Playtest Magus, though, not so much.
All right. Well, does anyone wish to recap us off of where we left off last time?
We just killed a plague of mosquitoes and a giant bear.
Bear Temple.
Yep. You have cleansed the Temple of Urgathoa, returning it to the Temple of Aristil that it had previously been and you'd been told about. We left off just as you sort of finished up the fight. You have found. Let's see. I don't remember what map are you on currently.
We're on the temple.
We're on the battle map.
Yeah.
I'm currently in
the pool seems to be restoring your wounds. Everyone in it would be at full health in just a few minutes. You just gain 1 hit point per minute while you are in the waters. And it just feels incredibly refreshing. Everyone has just a great sense of peace of mind, serenity, relaxation, except for Gerrit.
Gerrit is
He didn't get in the
reeling.
water.
Gerrit has so many thoughts and ideas happening right now. It's fine. But one of his biggest thoughts / ideas is going to be getting himself back up to being a functioning person who's not wounded too.
Yeah, Wave will offer to help Gerrit kind of get back up on his feet and navigate around if he needs it.
Forgot just how close that came for Gerrit.
He seems
Listen,
quite wounded.
What doesn't kill you, man? I would
maybe explore around the temple a little bit now that it's restored. Is it completely restored? Like the crumbling steps are now repaired and that kind of stuff, or just like the miasma is gone?
Yeah, the corruption is gone and it is clean. Like there's no dust or stray leaves that fell. Nothing of that is there. But the time worn nature is still there. There's still like it's. You can see on the inside there's no structure inside. It's just the beginnings of being hollowed out. There needs to be physical work done on the columns and things like that.
Does this strike me as a temple that's like, oh, people used to come here to do religious ceremonies versus, oh, this place probably has some booby traps hidden in it?
It looks like the kind of thing that someone was building so that people would come here and do religious ceremonies, but it was never even close to completed.
Okay. Well,
While
I
you guys
guess
do that,
once
I'm gonna-
everybody's all healed, maybe we go and explore it. Just see what's inside.
Ooh. Yeah. Hold, please.
All healed is going to be a little bit difficult for our friend here, I think.
Nah, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Hold, please. Let me make sure. 'Cause I was using my smaller tier mutagens to heal up previously. I will... Excuse me. I'm gonna drink another one of my bestial mutagens, and then I'm going to use my where is that ability? Where'd it go? Revivifying mutagen to do this.
Alat, do you take the AOO? It's a manipulate action.
I'm gonna let this one go.
There were a series of manipulate actions, multiple pings.
All right, you regain
Then-
that hit point.
I do regain that hit point. And then I think, does this actually... Doing that doesn't actually do anything different. But I will use my last reagent to roll an elixir of life on myself. As whale. That's a little better. I'm good for adventuring.
Okay. I kind of mentioned to Gerrit, do you think we could take a sample of this water?
Of this water? I mean, if you feel it's relevant.
If we could recreate something like this would be incredibly useful.
Gerrit will pass a flask to Wave, but doesn't interact with the pool.
I'll dunk the vial in to fill it up with water and then like kind of hold it up and look at it and see if it starts changing in any way.
As you hold it up, over the next roughly 20 seconds or so, you can see the near glimmering nature of it begin to fade. It seems that after just a short time, it is still a vial of water. It still seems clean and pure, but it does not have the clear, shimmering nature that the pool does.
I dump out the vial and hand it back.
I dry it thoroughly before putting it back in my pack. And
Perhaps a
kind
different
of like
water source.
lug there he kind of lugs himself up and so are we going deeper?
I think so.
Let us go.
Make our way. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Make our way into here and just start exploring the various unfinished work that is this temple.
The map is accurate. These are not passages that continue beyond their position on the map. Just very beginnings of being kind of dug and tunneled outward. Clearly intended to be sort of a temple that was mixed within the cliffside as well as out in the courtyard beyond. Inside, you don't find much of significance, save for one small bit of paved ground here, Wave. There's a sort of makeshift desk with a good-sized book lying on top it. It looks quite worn by time.
I'll examine it.
I would
it's some
like
kind of
to-
religious holy text.
So, having go ahead. Fives. Did you have something you were gonna say?
I was gonna say I was gonna pursue a lead, but I can only have 2 active at once, and I think I have it on the giant wolf and the stag lord, so I think I want to keep that, so I'm not gonna do it.
Giant wolf and stag.
Wave. The book itself, you can see on the very front of it, there's just a large sigil of Aristil, the god you know this temple was to. However, every page seems to just have whatever was written on it sort of scrawled out. It looks like it was done to basically deface the pages. There, you cannot tell what was written before, save for the final page, which is only about 2/3 of the way through the book. The rest are blank. The top half is scribbled out like the rest. You cannot read it. The bottom section, there is just a single line on the long since frayed by age pages. I was wrong. That is all it says.
Are we over there, or is it just you, Wave? I think it's just you.
I mean, everybody's kind of filtering into the.
Mhm.
Yeah,
East.
it is the
Kind of
only
in the
thing
area.
of other than dirt and rock in this whole section, so people
Okay.
would tend to congregate towards it.
Oh, dirt and rock.
Where I come from, it's rare for priests to admit that they were wrong. I assume it is the same here.
I wonder what he was wrong about. Maybe that plague infected stuff.
I think that I think that inviting one of these deities into their house maybe invited a little bit more than they could handle.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick investigation just to see if there's any like secret passageways, and if not, I'm cool to get out of here.
You're able to conduct a thorough search around. You're in no rush, though you find nothing beyond what it seemed to be on the surface.
Okay.
Cool. If we're getting into wrapping up in this location point, probably once we leave the immediate vicinity, Gerrit will begin the process of trying to medicine himself.
I'll take the book with me. My thought process here is that we're gonna at some point make our way back to the outpost and then let Priest Guy know that we found his temple and where it was and that it's been cleansed of the corrupting nature here, and then hand him that book.
Mhm.
See what he
Do we
thinks
think
about it.
he might be the one who wrote the book?
I don't know.
Well, one dude turned into the plague bear, right?
Yeah, that's true. Could be that guy.
Or do we know that it was a dude that turned into Plague Bear?
I mean, he turned into a dude before he disappeared into the ether.
Well, that's fair. I was thinking, yeah, okay.
I guess we can always ask the guy what he knows about this. Like, why was he
Yeah.
so
Were you chosen?
pent up? In which case, maybe it is worth pursuing a lead, and I can just jump back on the wolf later.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think I'll officially pursue a lead with this book as my current clue and the other guy.
The book and Dovin are your two leads now, I believe.
Yes.
Cool.
Alright.
Assuming we get out, I'm going to. Can I go ahead and do the medicining?
Yeah, go ahead.
Medicine.
Eeg.
Very good. Medicine.
Ooh.
You have godless healing? I think you do.
Yes.
That gives you another 5.
Another 5 on that. So that is 31 hit points, which doesn't take me to full, but gets me way close enough.
That's my question.
I can do math. 46 hit points now.
Alright. Is there anything else you wish to do here, or will you be leaving the temple?
I think leaving the temple.
I will move you back to the main map.
Main map.
Yep.
Every time we change maps, I need to play the Magic School Bus theme song.
Oh, he reminded us about music so early.
Ah,
The
dang.
madman.
Reminding me about music, Ryan.
They call this the assist.
Like to use the help action on Tevin reminding us about the music, please?
You pass.
What about mood sea shanties? I think that's.
There's always time for a sea shanty.
It's why this like giant playlist collection that I have has just like all these pictures of like fantasy stuff and D&D stuff and all that, and then there's one for mood ridiculous, and it's just a picture of a dog with googly eye glasses on.
Yes.
It's just like a real
good.
life, real person dog.
Down with it.
Oh, this is the OG Danheim.
Okay. Have we finished exploring this hex?
You've explored about half of it. If you wish to take the rest of the day, you can complete the explorations.
I think
Totally.
that I'm generally pro finishing exploration when we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody said there's only gotta be one thing in each hex.
This is true.
And we're not really in a rush to get back to Oleg's right now, I don't think.
Oh, why am I up there on the map?
We were doing a theater of the mind combat.
Oh yeah, that's just so I
yeah.
added that you can see your hit points and things like that without needing to open up tabs.
I remember.
Oh.
So it gets to late afternoon, about 5 o'clock or so. The sun's setting, you're just about getting ready to look for a spot to make camp, and you spot a clearing out ahead. Making your way towards it, it seems that someone may have beaten you to it. You see 2 small tents set up, a ring of stones for a fireplace, though there's nothing but burnt out ashes now. A general disturbance of the direct area. It seems that perhaps 2 to 5 people were camping here last night, though you don't see anyone immediately here now.
With their tents.
This is on the southern side of the hex, about here-ish.
This is bandit territory?
Also, we don't know if they spotted us coming and have hidden. You said the camp is still very fresh, right? And still active?
It seems like they'd have been there at least during the day, but you don't see any signs that would have meant that they were there like 5 minutes ago, if that's what you mean.
Okay.
But it's definitely not like long abandoned or anything of that sort.
Probably. I'll search around or assist in like searching around this camp to see if there is any more like details of the occupants. Them leaving their tents here makes me feel like they're probably going to be coming back.
True. I don't know if we want. I mean, we're almost all healed up. I don't know if we want to try and stage another ambush, get in a fight so soon.
I just want us to like use their camp space to like cook up a big meal here, and then have them come back, and then we can be like, "Come, sit down, join us for a meal." I don't think that's too bad of an idea, but
Seems reasonable.
Gerrit, go ahead and give me a perception check, though.
Perception. I perceive.
Judging by the dampness of the of the burned ashes of the campfire, you know that it rained earlier this morning, so it's likely that they've been gone since then. Though just by the fact that everything still seems in pretty good condition, it can't have been much more than that. They likely either left this morning or last night.
Okay. I pass that information on to my compatriots.
just to be clear, this actually, can you describe the camp itself? Like, what constitutes this being a camp?
Two small tents. They look like individual tents.
Okay.
A ring of stones forming a campfire, and as you get a little closer to investigate, you also see another 2 bedrolls stacked up beside a tree, keeping them out of the rain, in addition to the 2 bedrolls that were inside the tents.
Okay.
There's also a small box with some very mundane supplies, nothing worth more than a couple silvers.
Well,
I'm thinking we got a couple options going through my head, is either like make use of this camp for ourselves for now, or do like a search for where their tracks of leaving the camp might lead them to. They could be like in danger or dead, or just set up in a hunting blind somewhere nearby. So yeah, that might be an option as well.
I would
So,
say that if
storming
we,
so bad here.
I'd say that they have to, if they left all their bedding and tents and stuff, they would have to come back before nightfall, one would assume, if they're not in trouble. So we could just set up and wait for them here. Whether or not we want to be out in the open or hidden, that's up for debate, but those are my thoughts.
I'm also pro, like maybe at least checking to see if we find any tracks in the area.
Sure.
I'm not necessarily the one for that, but
Tracking.
Be right back.
Please.
Continue on without me.
tracking.
Sorry, I'm both distracted by the rain and thunder that is now happening outside, as well as looking through the formulas and being like, "Oh, I'm so happy I took this. I can help out the party so much." Okay, sorry. So catching up, we're talking about perhaps tracking the bandits for the.
Yeah,
Well, I
tracking.
guess we
what
don't know
seeing-
they're bandits.
Yeah, we technically
We
don't know
assume.
they're bandits, but just seeing like where whoever made this camp, they obviously went somewhere. If we can figure out where they went, then more
You
information.
know what they
the
say
better.
about assumptions, right? Makes an asset of you and whoever this me guy is. All right. Yeah, I'll do some tracking. Let's go see what we can see. Perhaps.
Never assume
That's
anything.
okay.
It makes an ass out of Yumi. The worst champ in the game.
The Doomer.
Why wouldn't you want
I
that
have to tell
assumption?
you. I played Yumi for basically the first time with Tevin the other day, and it was probably the best experience of my life.
I know, right?
Tevin had a great time too. He won't admit it, but
Anyways, can we search these people?
Yeah, give me a survival.
Okay.
Nope.
oh,
From everybody or just one person?
Your lead tracker.
Okay.
You're able to find tracks, lots of tracks coming in and out. The one piece of information that you do genuinely pick up is that this seems to be a more consistent spot. It's not like one set of tracks in, one set of tracks out. They've been here for at least some time. But because of that, there are far too many tracks that you have really no idea which one is the most recent one they left with.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know all these magical formulas, or I'm too busy to track right now. Ask
No,
again
it's
later.
It's okay. None of us have really good survival skills.
we'll get there eventually.
I could take some, but I don't want to.
You think as someone who is a medic, which scales off of wisdom, I would have some amount of wisdom, but honestly, I'm just very, very proficient in medicine.
I mean, I get a skill every rank. I don't want to put it in survival.
Everybody, give me all your money.
Oh no.
This is a stick up. Listen, I can get returning runes or returning effects. I can learn the formula for that. And just we can attach them onto Fives' Eccles, and they'll just automatically return after he throws them.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
We need to do that first, ASAP.
Yeah.
Make us upgrade.
Hold on. I mean, there's so much more, right? There's a special cape that reduces the amount of damage from your own alchemical concoctions
Aha!
due to splashback. Like, I know where that one's going.
So the purpose of that one is just like point blank bombs, if I'm following that right.
Yeah, it also
Yes.
works for spells too. Spell backlashes, any alchemical or spell backlash is modified. You get bonuses to it and damage reductions.
You could literally build a suicide bomber character.
But you don't take
It's
any
a suicide. You're taking the suicide. You're just making him a bomber.
damage. Just bomber.
I know.
You could
That's why
build a
it's
bomber character.
You
so
could
it's
just
awesome.
you could just be Edward Grenade Hands.
My hands, they're all bombs.
They call me Boom Fist.
Um.
Pretty sure there's a superhero that's like that.
Ooh, I could already get striking too.
So my thought is we just maybe just camp out here out in the open and take watches.
Yeah, that seems fine to me.
I'm not super big on like sneakily taking over their camp.
Also, Colin, you got one.
their camp. Because I feel like that's a good way to like accidentally fail our perception check and get stabbed in the night. But
Yeah, I'm down with just hanging out here, taking watches,
Cool.
setting up a pseudo camp here.
All right.
Mr. DM, I
Yeah.
need a refresher on how poisons work when they're applied to weapons. So I haven't been able to find anything that says when they unapply, other than critical failures trying to hit something.
When you successfully hit something, or when you crit fail.
So
That is when it wears off outside of abnormal circumstances. Like
So,
maybe
like,
you go
I could
through it
apply
might-
a poison to my claws, like, at the start of the day or something, or, like, right now, and then in a couple hours, hypothetically,
Yes.
they would still be holding it.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Unless something like particularly more than normal situation would wash it off.
Right.
If you're doing it in a rainstorm and it's just uncovered, it probably won't still be good 3 hours later, for instance.
Totally
but
fair.
Normal context, yes, that works fine.
Okay, cool.
Also, just a little bit of housekeeping. As far as when we're marking off which hexes have water, did that little fountain count as this hex having water or no?
So, two things. One, I believe it specifically needs to be flowing water, if I recall correctly. But regardless of that,
Okay.
you do find water in this hex.
Okay.
It's just little tiny streams, branches off from the river. You also see some coming up from this way. So you get the feeling that there's probably a river southwest of you as well.
Yeah. I think we know that.
You may have already known that. I don't recall. You double know that.
Google Docs. But yeah. That's awesome. I'm going to do that and apply one of my grave root poisons to my claws. I think that makes that whole process a lot mentally easier.
The action cost, poisons are pretty rough to try and apply like after initiative's already been rolled. unless
Yeah,
you're
I mean there's no shot that I'd ever apply it after initiative was rolled, but it was more of like okay, we're sneaking up on the camp. Now I apply my poisons and then
Mm-hmm.
but this is nice. I think we're good to go. I think we're waiting it out here.
All right.
Nap time.
As a quick note, this is basically at the end of your day of exploration, so you may mark this hex as explored, as
Nice.
you've gotten that done in the process. So it is early evening. As a quick note, do you light a campfire, or are you just waiting? I'm not sure if you're blatant about this or if you're like hiding and waiting to see who comes.
Blatant.
You're with the boss. I think it's the Shrike. Is that what the name of the other river? Potentially.
The Shrike is. Oh, okay. So the Shrike is the river that you were told is like this way of Oleg's.
Oh, okay.
And is also, you actually walked by part of it on the way to Oleg's way over here.
Okay, cool. I see. Perfect.
So this was late evening, night falls, it gets dark, and within about a half hour of that, you spot some lights moving towards you. Torchlight by the look of it. Maybe lantern, hard to tell at a distance. Any immediate action, or just waiting for it to approach?
Currently kind of following Waves' lead. If we're just kind of hanging out here, or if we're like moving to ambush or anything.
Yeah, I think so. My thought is that like if it's just regular bandits, we can probably take care of them, even if they're a little. I mean, like they're not going to ambush us now, really, because we see them come with torchlight. I'd rather us kind of just be out in the open, expect this to be just some hunters, or even if it is bandits, just like greet them and thank them for letting us use their camp for the night, potentially, or something along those lines. I'd like to see the situation unfold a little bit more before I jump to combat.
Respect.
Expect diplomacy, backup combat.
So the sounds continue to approach, and before long, you hear a few voices speaking back and forth to each other. As they emerge from the tree line, you see a group of 4 men. One carrying a lantern on a pole, another just with a torch providing light. One of them, the one you could certainly hear from the furthest back, is just a massive man, about 6'4", covered in muscle, and he's just dragging on his shoulders a large dead boar. The others walk alongside him. They've got short swords at their side. 2 of them have bows slung over their back as well.
Hey,
On the big man, you also see just a massive warhammer strapped to the side of the pig. He's the first to speak. Who the fuck's in my camp?
weary travelers.
Where are you traveling to?
East, likely.
Here and there.
His gaze seems to harden a bit. Where you come from?
I kind of look around at my companions.
The area? It's a few bits of there. We've been wandering for a while now.
Folk don't wander into here. What are you doing?
Does he look like he's just being generally intimidating?
He seems a rather intimidating sort. He also clearly seems naturally suspicious. It is not unheard of, but unusual for people to just truly be just wandering through without purpose.
It is a dangerous woods filled with dangerous creatures and dangerous people.
Yeah.
And we're
Most
in their
people with
camp.
wanderlust would pick a safer route.
I would like to be. We are here exploring the lands and taking note of what is around, and we're also removing any problems we encounter. Are we going to have a problem? And then I want to use my intimidating glare.
Roll it.
Oh crap! I don't even. Let's see where. Wait, where'd my stat sheet go?
Yes, the finer, subtle sides of diplomacy. Threats.
Intimidation.
Hack will remember this.
He seems to just pause for a moment. His threatening approach halted briefly before he just lets go of the boar, allowing it to drop behind him.
Meal's gonna get dirty.
Just who are you mapping this land out for, then?
Ourselves.
Ourselves, mostly. Something in our interest.
You can never doubt the usefulness of a quality map.
Self-serving.
What exactly are you doing with it?
I mean,
Mostly navigating and not getting lost.
Might
mostly
be
that.
looking for a place to put down some roots.
Up north.
Are you in control of this area? Are you the one who, I guess rules this domain?
Ain't nobody rules this land.
Hmm. Why do you suggest up north?
Because it ain't here.
Oh.
We're just looking to share a campfire with some potential friends.
Maybe you'll find some up north.
Let the
Yeah.
awkward silence drag on for numerous seconds.
He just maintains just like a stare directly
frame
at
king.
you wave.
Meanwhile, I'm just over the back of Way's shoulder, just intimidating glare, like,
Listen, the woods are dark. The woods are full of dangers. Having a few extra men looking around, keeping an eye out, ain't hurt nobody. He says in an accent that he just randomly picked up out of nowhere.
I don't tend to like folks I don't know. I don't know you. I don't
I'm
trust
Gillette.
you. I don't care who you are. I ain't got no interest in learning your names. Now get going.
Humor us, and then maybe we'll leave. What are you doing here?
He just rests like his palm on the top of his warhammer as he says that. Sorry, go ahead. If you continue to say that.
Like, you really don't want to resort to that, and it doesn't have to. We'll leave. Just, what are you doing here? We've humored your questions. We'll go answer ours.
You're in my camp. Seems fitting to me that you're the one to answer.
Did. So, a little bit of common courtesy and reciprocation would go a long way here. You really risking an altercation such as this over campfire because you won't answer a simple question?
there are 4 of them total, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go after I answer it then?
Yeah.
What was it again?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Like, your purpose, not just I'm at a campsite in
What's your
some
story?
forest right now.
You
What
want
he
a
said.
story now?
Yours.
You could give us the short story.
He sort of glances around to the others, though all 3 of the others seem rather neutral expression, clearly just waiting to see how the big one reacts.
What do the other guys have equipped? And do I notice any like memorabilia that would indicate like allegiance to something? Say like necklaces with stags on them.
Give me a perception check.
It's dark and full of terror.
Or are one of these people particularly noticeably ugly?
I
Wait,
for an
why
have
is that
man.
relevant?
Yes.
I have both low light vision and am I able to use nanite surge on this?
With low light vision, I will say you do not need to roll. You do not directly spot anything, but you do see just a hint of a silver chain around his neck, but that disappears under his clothing. One that looked, well, similar to many jewelries in the world, in particular several of these Stag Lord necklaces you have found.
This
You
guy's
shoot me a glance
this guy's
at
a
that?
hacker. He's a part of the clan. The
'Cause
kobolds
currently-
recruited him.
Currently, I have a
Use our quick
pursue a
hand
lead
signal.
going on with the necklaces as a clue for the Stag Lord. So would I notice this?
Being an investigator,
able to
this
tell.
is your lead. I will say yes. You've got that too.
All right, I'm going in.
Oh, here we go.
And so like and catching it and asking for a story, I'm like, if you wouldn't mind, would you pull out that necklace?
Why?
And then I
He
pull out the
immediately
necklace.
just like.
Look like one of these.
Do you do this?
Oh, yeah.
I immediately, I think, kick part of the campfire at him and go to a fight.
We're gonna go into initiative.
Hey, I think
here.
Let's
that's
go.
Let's kill some stag boy. We got ourselves a giant boar. That's so much food. And maybe a fancy mace. I think I know what my goal for this combat is.
Uh-oh.
Make sure that man doesn't have that mace.
Give me just one moment.
Watch
Yeah.
him.
Give
You,
it-
you disarm
I mean-
the mace. He picks up the boar and starts swinging.
Yeah. Based on Colin's previous efforts, give Colin one round, and he's gonna have the mace. Yes, D&D music. Good timing to switch to the combat one.
Oh yeah, I should switch to combat. All right, what? Let's see. Combat duel, combat epic, combat horrifying, combat standard, or combat tough. What do you think, Brian?
I'm afraid I don't know if I've got a good answer for you there.
You might be betraying too much by
those
answering
kind
that.
of blended together, and also like if I say horror, I feel like that gives away more than you may know currently.
We're going combat tough. I'm amping the volume up.
How many runes and properties can items have?
It can, so a weapon, for instance, potency is the +1 to hit, striking is the extra damage. It can also have one other rune per level of potency. So a
okay.
+2 striking weapon can have 2 like stray things like flaming
I
and
see.
frost.
Okay. So we can get a +1, and we can just keep adding to the same weapon, can't we, with crafting?
Yes, because you
Okay.
don't actually craft magic weapons in 2E. You craft runes. So you can
Okay.
put on a weapon and then take off and put on a different weapon with crafting.
Right. So I could get something like we got a potency club right now, so I can learn the potency rune. I can make more runes based on or potency formula, make more runes, and then I could put the potency rune into the Eccles, and also get a returning rune built, and then put that on there, and he would
Correct.
still be able to put striking on it later on.
Yep. Nothing
Okay.
like striking doesn't count as one of the runes. You can always add striking up to the level of potency
It's
in addition to the 1, 2, or 3, depending on the tier.
okay.
All right, so dragging you map.
Map. Also, Robert, you are at full HIPAA.
The out campfire.
Oh,
You may arrange yourself into whatever position you would have formed as this began.
Tree would have
Also-
been.
Was he?
The music that was selected from the giant playlist is Vikings attack. So he's officially a Viking now.
I don't have control of my guy.
Oh, this I may have pulled this from another map. Here, let me. Wham. Try him.
He's better. Am I able
also,
to conceivably
quick-
do anything by kicking the fire at him?
So, a couple quick notes. This is the one who has been talking, and then 2, like mentioned, had small short swords and bows strung over their back, and then 1 had a short sword at one side and a small hand axe at the other side. They also would have gotten a little closer during this. They'd be about there, especially the main one's just sort of slowly walking up as he's talking. He
He's
is
the guy with a big mace, right?
Yeah. Yes. They're very much prepared for this to potentially go poorly. You do not have any sort of surprise rounds. We're just going to be going into a group initiative. Let's see. Popping up the quick reference. Just to double check, no one has changed the average perception or stealth, right? Only your own personal ones.
No, I haven't even
touched
seen
stealth.
one.
I moved stealth up to 6 from 5 as our average.
Okay.
I
But
have
if
not altered
might-
my things. I'm going to do that right now.
Perception might also be close to going up.
Not that much each. Do all my things just go up by 1? Basically.
If you're trained in
Yeah.
everything, it all goes up by 1, generally
Cute
speaking.
little piggy.
7.
All right.
Okay, stealth.
Kalat, give me an initiative roll. You will be using a +6 modifier to this because this is really just a group roll.
I have incredible initiative. Does that modify it at all?
That'll bring you up to an average of 7. So roll it with a +7.
Okay.
Nice.
Does nanite surge do anything?
I will say you can get another +1 out of it if you want to use that,
Yes,
since it
I
is
will use
applying to the whole group.
I will use nanite surge here then. Bonus to roll then is a total of 2 off of the initial 6.
Pretty good.
All right,
We win.
and that puts you guys in at the top.
We win. Man,
You
what
guys-
a time to be a necromancer, though.
What?
Necromantically raise the pig. To
Yeah,
our
just
side?
have the pig murder them back.
I like that idea a lot.
You guys are up first, though. Who wants to take it away?
I think it'd be Kalat kicking a fire at him.
If you're trying to just sort of momentarily blind him, I will say you can make a, we'll call it a contested reflex check, and if you pass, he'll be blinded for a round, but it won't last longer than that.
Okay. How
And
many actions is that?
it will use an action to do so.
Okay, I'm blinded. Yeah. All right. Let me look at and see how feasible that is for me. I'm just merely. It's actually my worst saving throw. Now I'll use it more for visible effect instead of anything that's
Okay, that's fine.
mechanically altering.
I will gladly move forward and rage and take a swipe at this guy.
All right.
I rage this time! I gain... Oh shit, wait, hold on. How much temporary HP do I get? It's my level plus my con mod, or is it just my con mod?
Also shows he was missing 2 HP still.
Yeah, I know. I am missing 2 HP.
Oh, okay.
Also, just as a quick note, would you guys have had drawn your weapons during that? I will say it is fine for you to have done so or not, but if you did, so did they.
I mean,
I'm going
when
to
I
sit out of this conversation as it is less relevant to me.
once I noticed the necklace, I probably would have.
So, people will start with weapons drawn then.
Okay. Totally fine by me. I start with my fist drawn. And I gain 4 plus 2 hit points. So I gain 6 temp HP. And then I swipe at this guy. What's that?
As a real quick note, this one has the short sword, this one has the bow drawn.
Cool. I am Raging Hagclaw.
Alright. And that will just miss him as he dodges out of the way.
That is my whole turn. I snarl at this man in my rage, even though I'm not beastie yet.
He just looks like momentarily it's a mix of fright and just disgust at your form. Alright, that's Gerrit. Who's next?
I'm going to devise a stratagem.
Against?
That's a good question. I think I'll start with. Oh, I don't have the right thingy to click. This guy.
Okay.
And so let's do devise a stratagem.
You got a feeling that he's pretty well prepared to just dodge for cover if anything comes his way.
I have a +10.
you got options.
Perhaps
is what
another
you're-
target would work better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll use my dual thrower, so I get to attack again.
Who's this at?
The same guy. It's got to be at the same target. I'm pretty sure.
Well, no. So your devise a stratagem is I'm going to look at that guy, decide on whether or not I'm going to attack him. This is what I
that's
would get
true.
is if I do attack him. You're like,
That's
oh, I have
true.
missed. I should attack somebody else.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, you're right.
So you could just
Do it. I
dual
already
throw
said
at
it.
somebody else.
I'll be honorable and keep this is my second attack
It
at the
is
same
totally
guy.
fine if you do want to change it. It is up.
This guy's dying.
All right. So that is your first roll. Is the 21? Also, give me the second roll.
Yep. See, the gods are fair.
All right. That first throw, however, will strike him as he gives out just a.
It was his real birthday yesterday.
He looks at you very angrily.
And yeah, that's it. So that's 2 attacks. The things are. Oh, so I guess I recall 1, and I'm like, ooh, I really could use that.
That's all of your actions already because you
Oh,
devised.
I keep forgetting about devise a stratagem.
Yep.
You're right.
Never
Okay.
gonna let-
So I have a question with attacks of
Well,
opportunity.
actually, hold on. One last. Pursue. If the target is currently the target of a pursue a lead, then Divisive Stratagem is free. Does him having the necklace count, or is it still just Sylvan?
He specifically will count for this, so you have one action remaining.
All right, I recall one.
Nice.
All right.
And this is where the great big Malug at the end of this is the necklace reveals and it's not part of the Stag Lord. And your power still
like a
works.
turtle necklace. And we're like, no.
I told you, dude. The kobolds recruited him.
Wave, Kalat.
Probably be Kalat next.
It was.
I'm actively still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but
so-
my positioning matters a lot based off of what you do.
Probably not moving. Does attacks of opportunity? It only works if they're in the threat square. It doesn't work like if this guy were to move up here. That's not.
Yeah. Leaving a threatened square without taking the step action is what provokes.
Okay. I am moving. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna move up and use color spray, I think. A 15-foot cone. I think I'm moving here. And then can I angle a cone such that I hit here and like shoot it off in this? I don't know how that would work.
Are you
I don't know the
spell
spells.
striking or just casting a spell?
This will be spell striking.
Okay. So I'd say it will need to hit whoever you are targeting. So who are you
Right.
wanting to swing at?
Probably this guy.
All right. So a 15-foot cone there will be this square, these 3 squares, and these 3 squares.
Doesn't it emanate from him? I lost my sheet.
I'm looking up color spray real quick, but I believe it's from you. Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone from you.
Right,
He just
right.
needs to be in it.
Um,
You can't swing at him and then color spray out that way is all.
hold on. Expansive spell strike.
Also, I missed 2 squares. Not that there's anyone in them, but it's actually all of these squares would be hit.
Illuminati.
Yes. Spell
The
strike
burst-
Illuminati
yeah.
confirmed.
So the spell actually emanates centered on a corner of the target square, or the square corner closest to the center of the target. Target is larger. Yeah. So I
Spell
actually.
strike makes the spells emanate from the target rather than yourself.
Wait.
Yeah. So if I choose like this back, this back corner, I could do this and hit these 3 with color spray.
It specifically says a cone emits from you and must include the target.
Ah, yes. There you go. It's bursts that are centered on the corner
Oh.
of the target square.
Okay. Oh, so what is? What is
So
sea
if
surge
you are
then?
using a reach weapon, choose any square adjacent to the target as the source. So it actually
Uh-huh.
using a reach weapon adjusts it. It seems.
Okay.
Okay, so you could choose, like you were saying, Brian, this would be the emanation square. Or this. Oh, is diagonal adjacent?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so either of these 2 squares. Or I guess you could make it at any of these 3 squares.
Okay.
That's weird.
So it's very weird.
Yeah,
So-
there's some weird interactions there.
The spell affects all creatures in the area as normal. The strike still only hits one creature. Okay, so it's like the swing through, and then the spell detonates at some place.
Yeah. Okay, so
So-
because it's a reach weapon, you can target, like you could make it burst from here into that, for instance. Wait. Yeah, that's right, because that's 15 feet.
Oh, it doesn't go out 15, and then
Because you hit, so 15 feet will hit a total of 3 squares in a line. So it will either be like square 1, square 2, square 3, or square 1, 2, 3. But you can't hit 4 people in a line with a 15-foot effect.
right. Okay. Then I'm gonna hit these 3 with the color spray.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. So yes,
And this is the one that's actually been hit with the halberd, though, right?
yes, that's the one I'm spell striking.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, it couldn't be this one if you wanted it to originate from here, because this square is not adjacent to this man. Weirdly enough,
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
like
Well,
if you were to stab this guy, you could not make the origin point be here for a cone because it has to be in a square adjacent to him.
But also, it's only if you're not adjacent to them. So you hitting this guy means that Robert is adjacent to him, so the spell originates from Robert.
From Robert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very strange.
Okay, yeah. So if I hit him, then I would be hitting like this kind of cone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, but since I'm hitting him,
It's this cone.
Yes. Since you have a reach weapon, you're basically like hitting him with magic from the left.
On your
Yeah.
left.
Baseball bat style.
All right. So
yeah, let's try this attack now.
give it a roll to hit.
Okay.
All this and then he misses.
Yeah, then that exercise doesn't matter.
But it's good to know for the future.
Very true.
True.
Better learn on a bandit fight then.
And that will hit indeed for 11 points of damage. And then the spell.
I can just go ahead and click. All right. Whirling colors, blah blah blah.
Okay. So it is
Will DC?
to double check. It is on these 3 guys. Was that the target, or was
No.
it these
No,
3
no,
guys?
it's the middle
Okay.
3.
Okay.
And the pig.
Left to right. DC 19 will. That will get the left guy to fail that. Though both of these 2 pass.
Okay. He's stunned.
And this
One-
man... Oh no, he does not crit pass. He just passes.
So he's stunned 1, blinded for a round, and dazzled for a minute. The 2 successes are dazzled for a round.
Okay, so... Dazzled, stunned, blind, dazzled.
I'm
let me
so
just
still not used to like generic man having a +9 to will. That just seems wild to me.
Yeah, something worth keeping in mind. Just in 2E, the lowest base, like someone with stat of 10, level 1, no training commoner has a +3 bonus
Yeah.
to all 3 saves.
And then someone our level would have 4 more than that. Right?
Or 3
Assuming they
more than
weren't-
that. Because you get 1 for
3
level
more.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 more than that, so there'd be 6. And then if they're trained in it, that's another 2.
Or if they have more than 10 in a stat. Alright, so yeah. He is stunned and blinded. These 2 are just dazzled. I'm not marking the condition on him because that's just 1 round though.
And the other dude's dazzled for a minute.
What does Dazzle do?
Dazzled is basically whenever he goes to target someone, he needs to roll a d20, and on a 5 or higher, he successfully targets them. Otherwise, it's real blurry, and he shoots directly left of them.
Oh shit! So that's just like a 25% chance to miss your next round.
20%.
Is-
But yeah.
20. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then blinded.
Blinded is rougher.
I assume.
Thank you, Color Spray, for making us relearn the status effects every single.
You
session.
can't see. All terrain is difficult terrain. You can't detect anything with vision. You auto crit fail perception checks based on sight.
Everybody
You
hide.
take a -4 penalty to perception checks if vision is your only precise sense, which it is for most humans. You're immune to visual effects. This overrides dazzled. So you are all hidden from him, which is basically the same as dazzled, but instead of needing a 5 or higher on the flat check, it's an 11 or higher.
Okay.
And then is he flat-footed or anything like that, to the purposes of getting struck?
I can see that, but I would have thought it would be.
I mean, not being able to see someone, it probably gives you flat-footed against them.
Yeah, my guess is it's flat-footed on the other side of it. So yes, I will figure out the exact rules later, but yes.
I
And
forget.
then
What are the
stunned
rules
means you
for
lose
moving
an action.
diagonally through people? By the way.
I am unsure if I'm going to keep this forever. For now, we are just going to go with the as rules written. Yes, you can move from here to here. That's not an issue.
I'm gonna enter my new stance, my water void stance, which is, I think, it just is depicted in a change in patterns of attacks to be more wave-like attacks, but also just like some of the water that I have stored up in my skin just kind of like hovers off my skin a little bit as I also move into this square on top of the piggy.
As you move around him, he swiftly pulls back the warhammer and swings it out at you with an attack of opportunity as he shouts out, "Fucking jellyfish!"
He's done it. We've met our first maybe attack of opportunity character.
And he will strike into you.
Oh, ooh. Is it an
For
arrow?
13 points of damage as he smashes the warhammer against you.
Why can't I see my... Oh, there we go. -13. Ooh. Ow.
You may continue with your turn.
I will use my first... Wait, so how long does the disarm... Like, if I successfully...
Hold on, he needs to roll a d20.
Yeah, he's dazzled. Yeah.
Right. That's why he saw a jellyfish instead of a fish.
So, with the disarm thing, say I successfully get the first stage of disarm, which gives him a penalty to not being disarmed in the future. How long does that last? Will I have that on my next turn? Or is it I just need to do it all in one turn? I can't remember.
Until the start of that creature's turn. So it basically only lasts you through your own round.
Okay. So there's no point in doing that. Then I will just flurry of blows him.
Also, if you're ever looking for like a disarm chain, or if you want someone to like soften somebody up for you, I'm your guy. Just let me know.
Okay.
I'm not as good as you, but I do have a +9.
That's pretty good. First attack, second attack.
Alright, that first one's gonna hit. Second one he's gonna dodge away from, though.
Makes sense.
As you... Oh, whoops. I just subtracted that damage instead of adding it. You did not heal him.
He's a nilbog.
Splash some water in his eyes.
You get a light blow on him. So what... Describe what this looks like. Like, what does your new stance actually appear to be?
So I think the difference between like Shark stance is a lot of like up down attacks with the staff, whereas like the flowing wave attacks are more of just like whoopy swishy style attacks, while also kind of just like flinging drops of water out about as I'm like spinning and making attacks.
Gotcha. Okay.
More spinny.
Sounds good. Is that your turn,
Yes.
or do you still have another? Okay. Oh, because you entered stance.
Stance,
Alright.
move, attack.
Their turns. The blinded man is going to just stumble away, provoking an AOO.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him.
Robert does though, and he's reach man.
I am reach man. I reach out for him. He is flat-footed to me, right?
Yep. And that will hit,
shit.
but will not crit him. And will be enough just barely to bring him down with the halberd strike.
Also,
As he
No.
stumbles backward.
unlucky guy. Also, question. Robert just cast a spell, so he currently adds extra damage to his
Nope.
thing?
I have to. It's an action for me to enter my stance.
Oh,
I can only enter my stance after I've cast a spell, as long as a spell's the last action that I took.
Right. But if you
Let me-
were like, if your last action of a turn was entering your stance, you would gain that bonus damage on your
Yep.
attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, because the stance will remain until basically the fight's over.
Sick.
But now that you've made your attack of opportunity, you can't enter your stance because your last action wasn't a spell.
Mm.
Your last action was still the spell strike. Reactions
Actions
are not
not
action.
Okay.
Not for that purpose.
Yeah, I was actually just looking for that too.
Getting an AOO will not block your ability to use your combo.
Learning.
All right. This man is going to take a step up. He does not provoke an AOO, not that you still have one. And he is going to swing twice. Once with the short sword and once with the hand axe.
Also,
Both at
that poor man was blinded, stunned, and
Wandering
dazzled.
away.
He just walked out of there with one of his two actions. Oh.
You seem to have just delivered a grievous wound to this man's personal friend, as he critically hits you twice.
Ouch.
Oh. Wait.
F.
Wait. Over 21 AC? So 14?
I screwed up that math. He hits you twice.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean-
That just was very bad math in my mind right there.
Crits
Hey,
are 5 over the AC, right?
10.
10, 10
Alright,
right?
Yeah.
Colin, can you change that to the horror attack?
Combat horrifying playing now.
Alright. 2 swings for a combined total of 16 damage. He still seems to have quite a bit of anger about that, though.
That's what you. This is what you get. I only roll sixes.
Alright, that is his turn. As the big man brings up his warhammer and goes to smash it down at Kalat. He will hit. That one's not a
Yeah.
math error.
So I think it was
Plus 13. This man.
He
As
bonk.
he smashes you for 16 points of damage.
Listen,
Boy.
AC is irrelevant. Just return to monkey, and I can't give you any of my return to monkey juice. I only have one left for the day. But
After the swing, he then just gives out a loud bellow. My name's Brandek.
So I couldn't
He
understand.
answers your
put a bit of-
question before
ore in your
immediately
mouth.
following up and swinging once more with the warhammer at you.
Robert,
This
don't
one will
interrupt
not
the monologue.
connect. As his final action, just sort of the warhammer still sort of pointed towards you. He just pulls it back and tries to stab Wave with like the butt end of it. However, it's clearly not quite balanced that way, and Wave is able to evade with his flowing motions of the staff. This man is going to quickly stab out at Gerrit in self-defense before falling back.
this is fair.
Unsuccessful. He just skitters back 25 feet. I
Sorry,
forgot
that was
he
his.
dazzled.
Yep, that was his. Oh, both
so-
of them.
Kalat, attack on you. Hits anyway. His other one's missed. As his final action, he is going to move another 25 feet.
And that dude missed because he was dazzled. That's what that dude was.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Y'all's turns.
Okay.
Help.
Devise
Oh,
a
you're on the
stratagem.
I'm that guy.
Devise a stratagem on that guy.
On what guy? Sorry.
This guy.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Roll it.
Pull out. Dang.
17.
Oh, 17 was a miss on those guys. I remember.
So I'm going to switch targets and attack this guy.
All right.
So, and then let's see. So devise the stratagem was free, so I still have 3 actions. So I recall my other Accly and then do double dual thrower to make 2 attacks. Boop boop. Wow, that's awful.
Both of those he is going to manage to be able to evade, however.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna help my buddy out here. I don't think there's any way that I can make it to being next to Kalat without taking an attack of opportunity, right? Because I'm kind of just doing this, or I'm like kind of doing this and then this, but either way I'm crossing 2 spaces.
You could move to there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will
Like
totally do
that
that.
line
I see that math. I would like to attempt to heal my buddy. With a quick battle medicine.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that does not.
I will just let you know one thing that you may
Yes.
adjust your action. If you wish to end up here, you have the movement to do that. Battle medicine is a manipulate action. Given that he struck Colin, you would basically know that he would get a swing at you if you do that next to him.
I'm completely okay with that, actually.
All right.
I'll eat the attack of opportunity so that my friends don't have to.
He will take that swing then.
I have
What is your current
20
AC?
AC.
You have a lot of numbers.
I have 20 right now.
You do manage to just avoid that blow.
Yeah. I then will strike back out at him. With my Raging Hat Claw. God damn. We'll get
He
there.
shrugs that off. Under his fur clothing, you feel the scrape of metal.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Right. That's Gerrit.
Yes, that is my turn.
I will step. That's the term, right? The 5-foot thing that doesn't provoke.
Safe 5 foot.
I will enter Arcane Cascade stance, and then I will use my Conflux spell. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Devastating Spell Strike. You get... These 2 guys have 2 extra damage.
Splash!
So, from splashing.
We're water boys. We all splash.
Splish splash, I was taking
Wait, hold on. Actually, that might not be the case. No, it's not the case. I have to be an Arcane Cascade in order to get Devastating Spell Strikes.
Gotcha.
So, never mind. All right, so I'm entering Arcane Cascade, and then I'm using my Conflux spell.
Okay.
Which is Thunder Strike. Make a melee strike. Each creature within a 15-foot cone from you.
Does this adjust your 5-foot step?
It does.
If you're here and you use a cone spell strike, it would originate from the adjacent square to him. If you're here,
It's not a spell strike. It's
Yeah,
this is just
specifically from him.
you just casting the spell.
well, it's also a hit, but it,
This one's
it's
a
different
spell followed by a
version.
strike.
this
Okay.
is very difficult.
Legally
But yeah,
distinct from a spell strike.
I stand
Play a
here
fire
and
axe.
that would be the opposite of a gish. All right. So yeah, I think we got to figure it out. Yeah, so I'm gonna strike this guy, and then the thunderous strike will be to both the enemies.
And yeah, wave is out of it. Okay, so
Wave is in bore.
wave. Roll that attack.
Wave the
roll.
Wave at it.
Ooh.
They will avoid the strike. However, is your
Yes.
spell
Do
thing
you-
contingent on that?
Nope. Each creature in a 15-foot cone from me must attempt a basic fortitude save spell DC or take 2 sonic damage.
Left and right. Right, that will fail and crit pass. So the dual wielder will take 2 points of damage.
Crit fail means prone.
He did not crit fail.
Okay. And that'll be it for me.
Wait. Oops, I didn't mean to click that button yet. Wave.
I am trying to figure out. So, when you disarm, you don't use your attacks. So I don't have, even though I'm in flowing wave attack stance, I wouldn't get agile on my disarm from multiple disarm attacks. Is that correct?
I am not sure. This fight, I'm going to say yes, you do get agile. We will look it up after game sometime.
Okay.
Then I will stay in my current stance, and I will attempt to disarm him.
They take 3 sonic damage instead of 2. 2 is just the base description. Sorry, it's
I
heightened.
will add one more to his. Bam.
Okay, so
He's
I
feeling it now.
roll an athletics check.
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be, and they're flat-footed, which is that relevant in this case?
No.
Okay. So then, me being in my stance adds +1 to this.
Yes, I agree with you.
So the first one is this.
A 1p5 is going to be a pass, but not crit pass.
Okay. And then the second one would be this minus, or this +1 minus 4. so -3. So this -3, 23.
Another pass, but does not crit pass.
See the
And
problem.
the first pass lowers his defense by 5. 2. Okay. And then the last one is this +1 minus 8.
Correct.
So -7.
Good rolls.
And that one will not pass.
Okay. So ultimately
Technically
nothing
minus-
happened.
That is correct.
Well, he has a negative to hit next turn, right?
That is how I thought it worked before until I looked it up when Colin asked the earlier question, and that
Okay.
effect ends at the start of his turn.
Oh.
So it gives the bonus to disarm, and it gives a minus if he takes like an AOO or something like that. But on his turn, he will be able to act.
Okay.
But
So
because of Colin's
he-
actions, somebody else can try and do a disarm, and it's more effective now, right?
Right.
So this is weird to me. All right. So I made 3 disarm attempts, 2 of which passed, and 1 of which almost passed, and like rolled relatively well on them against an opponent who probably doesn't have like super high reflex. And ultimately, the effect is literally 0.
So keep in mind, this guy's reflex is the highest in the group, even compared to the archers with higher decks. He is higher level than them. Crit passing this brings his damage from 2d10 base to 1d4 base, and also gives him a penalty to hit. He is not entirely removed from the fight, but getting this off is he's basically done with the fight. Like maybe
so
he
then
picks up a weapon from an ally and now does a d6 of damage instead of 2d10, but that's still a huge drop.
So the idea with disarm is that like your effect is so high when you succeed that the chance of success has to be very low.
But, like,
for it to be
yeah.
balanced.
So it is very. I think it is going to be difficult for you to, against particularly threatening foes, by yourself disarm them. I mean, sometimes you'll roll that 20 and you'll get it, like regardless. So I think the way I see it, disarm against weaker people in a fight has very reasonable odds of successfully disarming them. Against stronger people in a fight, you're going to need to get really lucky. But if Gerrit's turn was now dedicated to disarming him, and he starts out with a -6 penalty, Gerrit's got a real chance of doing it.
Okay.
I think that the especially because of the agile thing and the like bonuses to multiple attacks that you get, where it's like you just disarm as your first attack, and then your second and third is like a flurry of blows or whatever that are just like regular attacks. And then it's like, okay, I succeed one, and then I throw my first action at disarming him or something like that, or vice versa. Like I throw my first action disarming him, and then you do that.
Okay. And there's potential for like some amount of feat specialization further down the line too that might make it more feasible to get on.
Seems to make
And
sense.
it's like, yeah, like your first number rolled was a 13. If you had been targeting one of these guys and rolled a 14 instead of a 13, you'd have disarmed him.
That's a fair point. Is that like although these numbers are very high looking, they're not actually very high because it's not
Right.
precision. These are actually just like mid rolls.
Mid plus.
Mid rolls. Okay, and then also once I hit whatever the tier above, not trained, but the one above expert, then the farther tiers up I go in athletics, the further distance there will be between me and their saves potentially.
Yes, because saves will scale, but they will scale like 1, maybe 2 times over 20 levels, whereas skill will scale trained, expert, master, legendary. There's more degrees of progress there.
And depending on the bad guy or ally, that those might scale even faster too. Like, okay, cool. I think I got it.
That's everyone then, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Readjusting his grip on his warhammer, and he sort of gives you a bit of a side eye wave before he just turns towards Gerrit. None of that! As he goes to smash the warhammer down into you.
Ah. Not allowed.
And he will crit you.
Nice, he's 20.
As
It's
he
not even
smashes into
19
you
right
with
now.
19 points of damage.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, his normal hits are 16.
He seems somewhat reinvigorated by this blow.
Okay.
He has gained temporary hit points from this
52
before swinging out at you again.
minus
Oh
19.
no! I hate her.
That one will miss, however.
Yeah.
Kalat, you are unable to escape this man as he steps up to you, swinging out twice more.
No, first of all,
Actually.
actually,
Oh, that's an first of all.
I am very sorry, but no action has provoked an AOO. Just as you could
What?
step away, so can
oh
he.
yeah,
He
he's
stepped.
No.
What a
I'm
smart
so
boy.
sorry.
Oh my man! It was a weak critical, anyways. It doesn't
But
matter.
I'm sure he'll just miss these 2 attacks and it'll all balance out.
Excuse me?
What? Are
Back.
Are you
20s?
Are you out? Are you shitting my dick?
What just happened?
So this guy stepped forward, and Kalat was like, actually, and crit the AOO, and then Doomer was like, counter nut punch, you don't get an AOO, but it'll be fine, I'll just miss both of these attacks, and then roll double nat 20s.
Goodbye.
So, yes, he does swing out at you twice. The first blow striking you for 14.
This is...
I'm gonna go down.
oh, yep.
And then immediately stabbing you for a failed death save with the second.
Is there anything weird with like criticals and
Yes,
failed death
you are
saves?
wounded. You will be wounded 3, or sorry, dying 3 right now.
Oh
What
shit.
do you
That's
die
bad.
at again?
You die at 4.
That's very
Do you
bad.
have any hero points saved up? You might need them.
Yeah, I do.
This man is going to just drop his sword on the ground at his feet as he quickly draws out a bow with an action, before taking aim at the closest target, firing at the fishman.
I am
Wave. An arrow comes towards you.
reaction.
Remind me, like, what exactly
I just
does
get
that
a,
do?
I get a. So against a physical missile ranged attack, from a target that I can see, I can use my reaction to get a +4 bonus to my armor class against the
Gotcha.
attack.
All right, well, that's gonna miss. He quickly fumbles for another arrow, drawing it back and firing again at a penalty. So with his second attack, that will not strike.
Okay.
His first one, he still seems a little panicked from the initial fight, and just like sort of sticks in the pig over here. Though the second one you will be able to deflect. That is their round. The leader just growls out "I told you all to leave." It is your turns.
Okay, so I don't have any way to heal Colette. So I'm going to devise a stratagem at this guy.
Also, like, there's a pretty massive danger to healing Kalat, right? Because,
Okay, I'm back.
Oh no! That's not how it works. It's number of times down, not how
So-
down you were.
Yeah, if Kalat is healed, he will be wounded 1, so we will start off with an extra point of wounded.
He's already at much more than that anyway. So
With an extra point of dying if he goes down, that's what I meant. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but dying 3 does not correlate to being wounded 3 when you wake back up. It's just one
Okay.
wounded
That's
instance.
good. That's good.
And actually, I am not going to pursue elite. Well, actually, I'll do my free pursue elite, or not pursue elite, devise a stratagem against him. Because I can't.
Alright, he seems to have made an opening as he struck against Gerrit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I really want to take this guy out, because... And I have both my
By the way,
flies.
just a thing
Sit
for the
down.
class. I do not have any healing potions.
Let's
Yeah,
check
neither
my
do I.
inventory.
If one of you happens to
For some reason,
I
they
have
were all
no
used
healing
in the
potions.
last fight.
listen, I use yeah. That's just true. I do have some stabilization abilities, I believe,
Okay.
that I will be able to pop over and use.
I have a minor elixir of life on me.
Hey,
At least somebody's got some healing potions.
Can I use an action to take that from him and then give it to him?
Yes, so it will be 2 actions to do both of those things, but yes.
Okay, I will do both of those things.
Alright,
So that's 2 actions, and I have 1 more, and I'll use my trip since I have my Acclies currently floating in the ether. So
roll it.
he. Oh no, that's for the other guy. Never mind.
Ow. Oh well.
Does it not
the-
use the
I
device
did.
stratagem
I had to do it on this guy because it's free because he's the target. The other guy would cost an action. I couldn't do anything.
Isn't that who you'd be tripping? Because you would.
No, I attacked this guy, so my Acclies are over here
Right.
somewhere.
My bad. Darn.
So it was the lesser elixir, the 1d6 one, is that right? Robert?
Yeah, it's the minor.
So yeah.
Alright, give me a d6 roll. How many hit points do you get back?
1. 3.
Tree,
Not bad.
tree fitty.
Kalat, you see this man advance upon you with a sword and axe, stabbing out into your chest with the sword as his axe chips deep into your shoulder. Everything fades to black, and then you blink your eyes awake on the ground, the taste of a potion still in your mouth.
So,
Well,
You are
that
currently prone.
sucks.
Gerrit, maybe combined we can rid this man of his weapon?
Yeah. How
Or-
would you like to do this? Do you want me to try first, or?
Yeah, I don't know that it. I don't know if it matters, really. I guess.
Well, you have a higher bonus, right?
I think if I have a higher bonus,
Then it's
you
better
go
for
first
me to
phase.
go first.
Yeah,
I think.
I think so.
So I attempt to disarm.
Ooh, nice.
That's pretty good.
All right. Does not crit pass, but that does pass.
Nice. And then I would just be using the rest of my things to just real quick swing. Hold the phone. Yeah, I will swing once with my hag claw. Here?
And does that include flat-footed already?
No, it does not.
Then that is a hit.
Yes, that's sick.
Strike him for 5. Gives that a groan.
And he also has to save against my poison.
That's a fort save.
Yeah, DC 19.
Sorry, that says DC 0 empty string.
He will pass that.
Okay, fine.
As he
That's-
just growls out, "Fight like a man!"
That is. I guess I have one more action here, huh? What do I do with my last action? I steal the glory. I take his weapon. Damn.
That will pass.
It's that minus
Second time.
10.
No, yeah, it's this minus 10 actually. so.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that will not pass. I'm sorry.
You can't athletics check multiple attack penalty that I can.
Yep. You do not crit fail though, so you're not flat-footed.
Nice.
All right, my turn. I'll try, I guess.
All right.
This first one's probably the most important one, huh? Athletics check.
Copper.
That will pass.
Okay, passing is good. Passing is good.
is good.
Reduces his by. He's now at -4.
-4.
And you're at -4.
I'm at -3.
-3? Even better.
Boom.
That will pass. He's at -6.
And I'm at -7.
Yep.
I
mean,
one last attempt. Let's go, big number.
Oh!
Hey, that's a big number.
-7.
And with that, you just, with a flurry of blows distracting him, you eventually see a brief weakness. A blow from your staff sort of knocks him off balance, one hand leaving his warhammer, and this is your chance as you are able to just reach out, grab, and yank it, pulling it from him.
This is like a 2 full turns of me just like hammering the butt of my staff onto his knuckles. Just like knuckle jab, knuckle jab, knuckle jab, knuckle jab, knuckle jab. Until finally he lets go the dang thing.
You wuss! He shouts out as you see 2 gleaming gems affixed to this warhammer.
Okay. Whew. Well, I don't have any actions left to put it in my backpack, or into my sack. But I've got a hold of it.
Okay, that is everyone but Kalat. You are currently prone, but you've got all your actions.
Okay. What are the odds that this dude has attack of opportunity?
Great question. We'll go with relatively high.
Just as a note, whether or not you choose to here as a general game concept, with an appropriate recall knowledge check, you can generally get an idea of people's capabilities, measuring their combat powers and their tactics. So if you pass a society check, you could get that answer.
Or potentially something
does
like
it-
warfare lore?
I would say warfare lore is going to be too broad for
Fair.
specific combat interactions.
Does he have to do the society check, or can I do the society check?
Anyone can do it, but it is an action.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
It takes you just that brief moment to still yourself and sort of study someone's moves.
Also, the recalled knowledge that Fives is doing, isn't that, doesn't devise the stratagem work like a recalled knowledge?
I think that
Different
was a
subclass.
specific archetype. Yeah, that was a subtype that Ryan was in our demo game, but is distinct, as I understand it.
Or it was like a thief or something. I don't remember.
I think I stride for a step and I stand up.
Okay, so stand, stride, to clarify? Or stand, step, that is?
No, step, stand. Or can I not
You cannot
step
while prone.
Oh,
There's
so
a feat that lets you do that.
I see. So I only have the option of standing up for movement right now.
I believe you can move at either 5 or 10 feet with a move action, but also it would provoke. So if you're
You don't have an
standing
option that
would
doesn't
but
provoke.
also provoke.
Yeah. I cast shield.
Mark.
And then oh wait, no, that doesn't provoke
shield
attack.
Is durable only, so it does not have a manipulate action.
Nice.
And then I stand.
He does not take a swing. One action remains.
I move. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to buy myself a little bit of thinking time here.
No worries.
Yeah, I think I'm going over here across the fire.
Never mind, the fire's not actually currently lit, so don't worry about running through it.
1d6.
Alright, that's everyone, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
As Kalat flees, this one turns his attention towards Fives. And says, "Better go run and join your friend," as he immediately lunges out with a bloodied short sword and hand axe at you.
This guy's a G.
And with his hand axe, he does clip you with it with a good swing, though not a crit. So that's 3 damage at 5. Just a light scrape.
You'll roll like fucking low damages against everybody else but me. You'll roll crits on me. What the hell? What did I do to
What are
you?
you running from, Kalat?
This guy's weak, man. Come on.
He then raises up both weapons in a parrying position, gaining an extra point of AC for the round. Oh, you're at 4,037 out of 50. I don't think that's right.
No, that's right.
You typed in 37 on the end instead of minus. Or
37,
instead of
37.
it.
It's still a bit much.
Why is it? I don't understand what's happening.
This is fine.
There
This is
you
actually
go.
HP now.
He's the boss.
It doesn't show in my box. It's just showing a blank, empty.
It's all good now.
You got it now.
Alright, Wave. You have very much pissed this man off as he turns towards you and just lunges out, trying to wrap his arms around you in a grapple. And just, "Give that back!" What is your Fortitude save DC? So 10 more than your fort bonus.
20.
He will grab a hold of you with that with a grapple, as he then just tries to sucker punch you with a punch. And will
I take it
strike
back.
into you.
Noobs is just being an asshole tonight.
For 11 points of damage. Though he doesn't have your level of training by any means, he is bulky and strong.
He hit me for 13 with his weapon.
He then just immediately follows it up with another "give it back" as he punches once more.
Maybe you give
this
it back.
one missing.
Okay.
The archer studies the battlefield for a moment before drawing another set of arrows, firing off the first at Gerrit.
Oh, but actually, sorry. 22 is my anti-being grapple because I'm in ripple stance. I don't know if that changes.
He still got you,
Okay.
but good to know.
I'm in the anti-grapple trip stance.
Alright, first arrow is coming at Gerrit.
Yeah.
However, it sails far overhead, narrowly missing Kalat. Second one, aimed at Wave. Didn't roll a die. There we are. Do you have a reaction you wish to take here?
He's firing an arrow at me.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to boost my AC by 4 against the triggering attack.
All right, and with that, you were able to smack aside the arrow. And then the final.
Grappled by this guy, and I'm just like, oh yeah. By the way, stop that.
With the final arrow aimed at 5s. However, his rapid fire is clearly taking a toll on his stamina, as that one just flies wide. It is your turns. He growls out, "Give it back and go!" He does not let go, however.
Understandable.
Devise a stratagem against
Roll it.
him. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, I don't think I'll be doing that.
As he's grappling with Wave, they sort of shift around position, and there's no way you can see him. It's just Wave's blocking your entire shot.
Yeah, that's just a lot of red.
And that's what you get for teaching me the ability.
You get Devin.
So I will recall. I forget how many I have out there. I think it's
Both
one?
of them are out, I
Both.
believe.
Okay, I recall both, and then I will make one attack on that guy.
Okay. And that will miss, as he's got his weapons readied in a parrying stance, fending off your blow.
I will go ahead and I'll be doing some manipulate actions. I'm going to be drawing a bestial mutagen out of my pack, or off of my belt, which I believe is the manipulate action.
Still sort of grappling with Wave, he just kicks out a large foot behind him as he shouts, "Fuck off!" with an AOO.
Fuck off.
He strikes you. Oh, whoops, that's just totally wrong. That's a D4 plus 3.
43, huh?
For 5 points of damage.
I take the 5 points of damage. I am now at 28. And then, joke's on him, he couldn't interrupt me drinking my bestial mutagen. Drink it. I lose an AC, but I think that the bonus to other things is probably worth it in this situation. I'm kind of a one-swing Marty anyway. And if I remember correctly, yes, I then return the favor by biting at him. Oh shoot!
That will not do it even with flanking.
I should like roll better, huh?
That would help. Solves a lot of problems.
I got a plus 11 to hit, man. I don't know.
Me being grappled just means that I can't move, right? That's the only downside.
You're flat-footed as well. Grab.
But he used his attack of opportunity already. So I'm going to use an interact action to stow this weapon I have in my hands into my pouch.
All right.
Into my sack on my back.
You fell
Hide
for
away
it.
His warhammer.
As one action.
Hold on. That's really lucky.
Hack is just fucking losing it. He's laughing his ass off.
No, it's robbery complete. Let's go, boys.
Robbery complete. Let's see. So how would I go about getting ungrappled?
So grapple. It is basically just until the end of his turn. Let's see. Is it the end or the beginning? Let me double check.
It can't just be the end of his turn, because otherwise I wouldn't be grappled right now.
Until the end of his next turn. So like if he grapples you on his turn, unless he grapples you again next turn, at the end of his next turn, you are just free from the grapple.
Right.
Though if you do wish to break free, you can take the escape action, which is an attack action, so it will accrue multi-attack penalties.
I don't think I need to here, because if he wants to keep it going, he has to use one of his attack actions to grapple me again. So that doesn't.
Yeah.
That seems fine.
As a note, if he does crit pass on it, and he will have a +2 to it, since if he's already got you, then you are restrained instead of grappled, which means the only thing you can do is the escape action.
Okay, but that's the only thing restrained means there.
Yeah,
And I'm
and you
I'm
can
fine
move,
with-
but
And then if he were to continue it again next round, it's just auto restrain.
No,
Or does
he
he have
still
crit
would need
hazard?
to make the check again.
That's fine. I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna fucking beat him up.
Fucking beat him up.
It's an unarmed fist fight. He got a crit on his turn. Can you?
We'll find out.
Oh.
We're gonna flurry of blows. So first attack, second attack, third attack.
He manages to duck his head down a bit, avoiding the second, but your first and third both strike into him.
You rolled
However, your
31.
dice only have ones on them. However,
I've made 4 attacks that have hit with this strike, or 3 attacks that have hit with the strike, and all of them have been ones on the damage rolls.
it's D6s, but there's just like one blip on every side of the die.
What
You
is
got
that?
a-
He's using loaded dice.
He gives out a bit of a groan, still seeming to be well within fighting strength, especially with the resilience he got from the good crit with his Warhammer.
Okay.
Well, he lost that temp HP when his weapon got stolen, though.
Colin, I did not hear what you said there.
I said I need to change stances here. I think is probably my next plan of action.
Something with 2s on the dice, or maybe even 3s.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Alright, so that was Wave. And Gerrit, and
Shit's broken.
5s. Collapse!
I am... That's 30 feet. I could do a 2d6. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna use telekinetic projectile on the anti-hero that took me down.
Alright. Give it a roll.
Oh wait, hold on. The last action I take. Okay, so I'm actually gonna move first
Go ahead.
into the trees for cover, and then I'm actually gonna use Ray of Frost.
Alright, same target.
Same target.
Roll it.
Ah, I see. Another one.
Close call with death seems to have shaken your resolve, at least for a moment. So you're still recovering.
We're going on a little bit more than a moment. We're 12 seconds in now. I've made it to the trees.
But once back in the tree line, you feel your panicked breath begin to calm a little bit. Still intense, but a few moments further away from the immediate danger. That's everyone. Their turns. 5s. Your battle continues as he lashes out with the sword and axe once more, with another double crit.
Oh my god.
Halfway there.
Oh, Brian!
No!
Chill! They're just bandits!
His sword seems to be missing a fair amount, but his axe is on point as he cuts into you for 11 points of damage.
Axes don't have points!
Actually, the one in this art
exclusively
does.
fighting with a little point at the tip.
That's why he only crits.
With his third action, he just readies them both in parrying stance once more. Wave. Oh,
Yes.
I just got a Discord message and it's blocking my text box. There we are.
He must miss
Wave, this man is trying to get his dang weapon back. He's gonna first action try to maintain his grapple upon you, which he does, and then is going to just punch you, try and get you to go still.
Whatever you do, don't say off my dead body.
And that is a crit with you being flat-footed from grapple.
Oh no.
No, it's not, because he's got a multi-attack penalty because grapple is an
Yeah.
attack.
Ha
So it is still a hit though.
This is why I didn't get out of the grapple.
As he just slams into you for 5 points of damage. And
That's
then
way more reasonable.
follows it up with another blow.
It's a crit.
Also
oh,
hitting
sorry.
for another 5 points of damage.
He only rolls
Hey,
5s.
that sounds very similar to the amount of damage I was dealing.
Yeah, he's actually a water monk too.
we're solving the eternal unarmed fighter versus monk debate right here, right now, on pay-per-view.
You're
think
gonna
things-
regret grabbing that.
I think things are about to get a little spicier, though.
All right. Then finally, the archer is going to send off another volley of 3. He's seeing that this doesn't really seem to work very well on wave, so he's going to concentrate on 5s. All 3 arrows coming at him.
Don't do
Sorry, Fives.
You evade the first, though the second one will catch you for 6 points of damage as he rapidly fires off a third, trying to get you with it. However, that one will miss with the multi-attack penalties. All right. That is all of them. Your turns.
Enter my stance.
Fuck it up.
I enter my stance.
I enter my stance.
Me
Oh,
too, me
shit.
too, me too.
You sure about that one?
Fives' stance is like.
It's like it's basically having like dual wielding nunchucks.
I must just wail into this guy in front of me. I'm gonna bite him.
That is a crit with
Oh
flanking
shit!
Nice.
That's 2 more damage. Let's go.
for 12 points. He gives out a loud roar of pain, seeming to care a bit more about that one than the last few blows.
Nice.
He's beginning to lose some steam.
I am then going to. My abilities got all screwed up. Let me make sure. Is this thing even agile anymore?
If I remember correctly, your bite is not agile, but your
Yeah,
claws are.
one of my claws is. But all of my rage modifiers and stuff got wiped off of some of my abilities for some reason. So this should be an agile swing. Yeah, it's only -4. But I rolled a 4, so it doesn't matter.
That one will miss.
5s. Hey, buddy.
Okay.
Take this. It's really good for you. I use battle medicine.
Bastard! He will take that AOO on you.
Do it.
Another kick.
Kick.
Striking you.
I'm gonna
5?
bite his foot off.
For 4 points of damage.
Okay. I heal 5s for only 2d8. But I still heal him.
Only 2d8? Don't you always crit if you pass or something weird
Oh.
like that?
Yes. You notice about halfway through, or probably it's like a injection shot for the battle medicine. Hack whips out the injection shot out of the pack and stabs it into 5s. But when he pulls it back out, there's a gray steam coming out of the puncture hole, and he's just like, "What the fuck? You took a fucking bath, didn't you?"
Oh, he's been healed
Right.
by gods recently.
This is true.
The timing of the
4.
sound effects are ace. Actually ace.
Thank you, peanut gallery.
Alright, that's
Those are
your
my
turn.
actions. I'm all done.
All right,
I'm gonna devise a stratagem
Yeah, go ahead then.
because I want to hit and maybe give somebody flat-footed bonuses. The free one, of course, obviously.
It's free
Well.
after all.
I'm not attacking. I'm sorry. You're on your own.
That's fine.
Hard to hit someone in the grapple. They're tumbling around.
So yeah, I'm just gonna double attack. Well, first recall my other one, so now I have both, and then double attack.
Okay.
Choo.
That's
That was
so
3,
many
but we'll take
attacks.
2.
Oh, that was 3? Oh, take the first 2.
And both of those will hit as you just
Nice.
deliver 2 clobbering blows. Thump, thump. He's sent briefly reeling, though still seems to be in this fight. He barely was wounded at all before, just took a bit of sonic damage.
Also, I'm just imagining how frustrating it would be to be wrestling a human-sized fish who is also a monk who's channeling a water stance right now. That's so awful.
Oh, just to point out that these 2 attacks were melee, since he's in
Yep,
melee
yep.
range. Okay.
Sick.
And just also randomly knocking arrows out of the air for fun.
Action, Tevin?
Huh?
What are you doing with your last action?
That was all three.
That was all 3. I had to recall and then 2 melee attacks.
Don't you have double slice?
Double slice is 2 actions. The benefit of it is your second one doesn't
I
have a
see.
multi-attack penalty,
All right, well, in Sharks,
which is the same thing that
Shark
he's
stance,
doing. So no.
and I just like go to tear into his stomach. Just like
All right.
Shark blows right to his chiseled abs. All right, we got flurry of blows, and then the regular.
With flank,
attack.
that first one will be a hit. But
They're
will be the only hit.
they're already considering
Oh.
flanking.
Okay. Then all 3 of those he will evade, unfortunately.
Boo! Wait, let me just double check to make sure that I'm not lying to you. Yes, I am not lying to you.
Yeah. Keeping you grappled, you have a hard time really flowing around to get where you need to be.
I tried.
A lot?
Look at those damage
a ray of
numbers,
frost.
They're not 5s.
You want a ray of frost, the one in front of 5s.
Okay.
Nope.
You will duck down, evading that one. I'm sorry, Kalat. It is not your night.
No, it is not. I'm just gonna hang out back here in the trees. That's all my actions.
I may come join you soon.
All right, their turns. 5s. Your duel continues as 2-weapon warrior battles 2-weapon warrior with a sword and an axe. And that is going to be 2 hits against you, but neither crit. Slicing
Who's
out
getting
for a
beat up?
combined total of 9 as he
That doesn't
readies the
make
parrying
sense.
stance right now. Once more.
He always crits.
It must be a bug in the code. Wave. This
Yes.
man is focused on you still, and he doesn't want to risk you getting away, so he will first action try and maintain that grapple,
Ooh.
but be
that's probably a fail.
unsuccessful. What is your
22.
22? Okay, yeah, it definitely doesn't fail, but he doesn't. Sorry, it definitely doesn't pass, but he does not crit fail.
Dang.
So he will just follow it up with 2 swings, a left hook and a right. That third one still gets you. For 4 points of damage with another thud.
Imagine rolling a 17 in any situation.
I know, right?
He then looks over towards the one behind you all, and in front of you all, behind Wave, and shouts out, "Kill this one!" Who will aim towards Wave, firing all 3 arrows.
Oh, Wave!
I assume you would like to deflect the first one? Is that accurate?
Hold on, let me just read the thing again. I almost am 100% certain that it works like you are the target of a physical range attack. Yes, I would like to use it against the first one.
Alright. You deflect it! Good job.
Oh. Actually, I specifically don't. It has to be in that +4
Oh,
range
he
to
doesn't
deflect
even
it.
make it to you. He then pulls back, firing again, and a third. The third arrow actually manages to strike you
Ooh. Damn.
for 3 points of damage. As he tries to follow the boss's orders as well as he can.
Man, this fight is so much more tame when you're not throwing out 16s and 18s on me every single fucking half action you take.
I think it's a lot
Maybe
more tame when it doesn't have a giant magical club of beating to death.
Yeah, that too, that too.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the club wasn't as effective as I would have thought.
I will be real with you. I've been hit by more than just the club.
It is your guys' turns once more.
Device
I
your
want to go
strategy
first.
again.
I want to go first this time. This guy's
Go
gonna
for
get
it.
fucking punched.
Take it, Wave.
Get him.
I need
Device-
this.
Oh, does anyone need flat-footed? Is he already flat? No, you guys are
He is
flat-footed.
Yeah, they're
flat-footed.
flanking, so they got it.
Okay.
All right.
What?
Flurry of blows. Those are
Hit.
my 4 attacks.
Crit!
Alright, the first one misses, but then you got a crit and a hit in there. So
A
that
crit for...
is with a +2 for forceful and a +2 for backstab. That's a crit for 35. Jesus. He
I
seems
also-
he is very badly wounded, like stunned and reeling from that as he just opens himself up to an easy third strike. And how do you do this one? He's dazed and reeling from the first.
So the crit is me just like kneeing him in the nuts and just completely destroying him, and then it's just like 2 gut shots after that to finish him off.
All right.
And then
Take him
as he
down.
tries to do that, I swoop in with my devise a stratagem and aqua hit. I'm dead serious. Throw a weapon at its weakest point.
Your stratagem, you can tell that he is going to be very easy to hit as he is on the ground, totally out. Also, Wave, you still have 1 action as you don't even need to make that final 4th swing.
Okay. I will. Ooh, do I walk up to this guy? I think I will use my final action to switch into monastic archer stance.
Who's next?
I guess I can go. Did I actually use my devise a stratagem attack? Or
Up to you.
I mean, he was already dead.
Very
You
good.
definitely do not have to.
So I guess I'll use double slice. Actually, no, I can only use devise a stratagem once a turn. I can't use it multiple times, can I?
I don't believe so. Yeah, it's just once a turn. I remember that.
But you haven't
Okay.
used it yet.
No, I devised a stratagem
Oh.
on
Oh, okay.
him, and then you went and just killed him.
Your stratagem was perfect. It was a perfect strategy.
You looked at it, calculated your odds, and realized that there is a 100% certainty that Wave just ends this man right here. And it all went to plan.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna use double slice. Okay, can I mix double slice with dual throw to make 1 melee and 1 ranged?
I
So
would
that
say
way
you
my
can.
my third action can be a trip.
So you are able to trip at all times normally. The
Oh, really?
special thing with the weapons is that you can trip at range. You don't even
Okay.
need to have those, and you can just say, I'm gonna trip this man. You can do that by default.
Grab his leg and flip him up.
Okay. Well, then I won't do that. I'll just do double slice two attacks melee.
Alright. That first one is gonna be a heavy blow against him, bonking in for 4 points of damage, though we will deflect the second one.
And then I will step. Hello.
Also, I just realized that while Hack is a good disarm partner, 5s might be the perfect disarm partner if you know the enemy's stats. Where
Why is that?
5s rolls a devise a stratagem at the start of the turn, so you know exactly what he's going to get. And if you see that is within 2 of critting on a disarm check, you disarm with your big bonus and get that -2 on them, and then he just gets the free disarm with his devise a stratagem.
And you use this just devise a stratagem. You can't use devise a stratagem with disarm unless you have the feat specifically for it. There's a feat for it.
Oh, that makes
The
sense.
only reason I know that is because just looked through every single feat around disarming, and I saw that investigator one that was like, lets you use it on disarm trip.
Fair. I have a fairly tame turn. I'm going to have my first action is my snake friend passing me 2 potions off of my belt. One is a cheetah elixir, and the other one is a dwarven daisy. I think we all know where this is going. I'm drinking the cheetah elixir, and I am striding. What's the button that tells me how far I'm going? I only have 30 feet to move, but I can get to here at the very least. Donk. That is my turn.
Alright.
A ray of frost is going for this archer. Clearly, I can't hit the other dude.
Alright.
Yeah, that's my turn. I shield.
Afraid it may not be the other dude that's the issue here.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, that's rough.
Sometimes you just
that
get
happens.
shook early on.
I killed a blind, dazed, and stunned man, and then I was done with the game.
you got cursed.
I've taken my exit. Yeah, the game was like, that was
There's
rude.
4 there. You took out your man. You got it. You've done your part.
I did
Alright.
it.
At that, their turns. This man just keeps both of his weapons up raised in the parrying stance, and he seems ready to just lash out if anyone gets close. He has a readied action to attack. So he says, "Whoa. We can part ways here." This man will be
I
parting
popped him
ways
from the back.
as he just uses all 3 actions to run 75 feet away from you.
This is fair.
That is their turns. I won't tell his brother who did this.
Oh, he's got a brother?
Is his brother ugly?
All my attacks are gonna be non-lethal on this guy now. Since he let that clue drop, I
Okay.
want to know where the brother is. So I'm still going to try and knock him out. So I am going to devise a stratagem.
Just throw them, ignoring his ready to attack.
Feeling pretty
Yeah.
solid about it.
So I will do 2 attacks against him with dual throw. And so that's 1 from devise a stratagem and my other one.
All right, and both of those thump, thump, and with the second one, he just slumps over out cold.
Nice.
Finally. I can help us out over here a little bit, I think. I'm gonna leap off of this pig carcass.
Oh.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And or 30.
Do keep in mind that every other diagonal is 10 rather than 5.
That auto calculates, right?
Yes, but you were going one at a time, so I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't
so
paying
that's
attention.
35 right there.
Perfect. 35 is my move speed. And then I'm gonna fire off some longbow shot, cross longbow shots.
All right.
Flurry of blows. And then
that first shot will strike him in the back.
The 0.
how about that 0 though?
10 and a 0, neither of those will, I'm afraid. As the first arrow hits him, he gives out just and drops to the ground, throwing his bow out in front of him as the arrows just spill out of his quiver. He just goes like spread eagle on the ground. We are going to be out of initiative at this point.
Also, just in case... Wait, where'd it go? Just in case there's anything in my way, I arrive at the location.
There is but a single shrubbery right in the middle of the path as you barrel through it, smashing it to the side.
Wave is gonna just drag this leader man over to the fire and just like throw his face in the fire.
It is currently not on fire, as a reminder. It just
We lit
was
it up
empty.
for.
You lit it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then Colette kicked it.
Clyde did
Get
kick at it.
on
It's
that.
smoldering.
You are able to do so as you just sear his face and shoulders.
Okay.
I want to stab this dude in front of me, but I'm afraid I'll miss and embarrass
I
myself.
look at Wave and I'm like, what are you doing?
Ending this man's life.
Also, Gerrit,
Yes.
over there, you just hear his face down in the grass, and as you hear him mumbling out a prayer to Sarenrae, a good goddess of forgiveness.
I understand the assignment. I am going to Let's see.
Ow.
I am going to grab him and just like fireman carry him back to the group.
You are able to do so.
I'm going to tie up this unconscious man before he wakes up, and then take a quick 2-minute break.
All
This
right.
is a good break time.
Yeah,
I
break
think.
time.
I also just throw this guy next to whoever they're tying up.
I'm in so much pain.
As Kalat stores up his good rolls for when he next uses a new spell with a nat 20.
True. It's been. If the mojo finally ran out, I need to recharge it. This was tonight.
Dun, 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 dun. Whoa. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Doomer, have you watched Arcane yet?
I've not yet. Is it good?
It's real good so far.
I'm probably gonna wait till like all the episodes are there, then watch
That's
it.
fair. It won't be long, I don't think. I think it's like a month.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up and I saw like the release schedule, and I thought, oh, that's not bad. I'm just gonna wait. But I don't actually remember what the numbers were.
Very fair.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, boy, howdy.
Fish boy, not wild boy.
I feel like we definitely have some kinks to work out, but at the same time, we just roll like shit. We roll so badly overall.
I feel like I'm the only person in the party that rolls well. I feel like I do roll pretty well in general,
I think so.
especially my damage rolls. But yes, I agree. There's been a lot less. Okay, so this is an interesting thing, right? My first thought was like, I can't remember the last time we rolled a natural 20 crit on an attack. The other thing though is that like actually, it's a lot easier to not pay attention to natural 20 crits because they're not the only thing that crits. Because like sometimes you just roll like a 27
You just roll super high and crit. Understand?
and get a crit. And so I'm like way less in tune with paying attention for crits because it's just if Brian tells me that they got a crit or not, which is really interesting.
I can
Just
see
kinda
that.
realizing now. Which makes it feel like I crit a lot less, honestly. which is the exact opposite of how that works, right?
I don't know if you guys were under average in nat 20 rolls that fight, but I know I was above average.
We got one, I think, which was just mine at the end.
Yeah.
And then Robert got a fake.
Yeah, Robert got his fake 20, yeah.
Very tragic.
At what point do I finally hit the next tier of medicine proficiency so that I can just take assurance and stop having to fuck with all this?
Level 7.
Level 7 is going to be such a good level for me.
So you could assurance it right now.
I mean, yeah, but like, I would just fail.
What?
Wouldn't I
You're-
just fail
you're
all my rolls if I
expert,
assurance it right now? Yeah, I have +9 right now.
Yeah, so that means every time you assurance, you get a 19.
Oh. Yeah, I could do that.
Huh. Wait, why would you ever not
to
assure?
clarify, this is assuming you don't have any bonus from wisdom. Do you?
I do have 1 bonus from wisdom.
Okay, so you'd get an 18.
Okay. You would not assurance in the situation that you can choose to have a harder check to heal more, basically.
So as long as you're not using that I'm gonna do a harder check mode, you should just always assurance because it's just guaranteed.
It does use you need to take the assurance feat. It's not a
Right.
free option.
Oh,
Oh,
you don't
also,
have it.
this is a skill feat level. I might have actually just be changing that. If that's
If you-
alright.
If you want to grab that, that's totally fine. Also, something that might be of interest to you, Wave. Assurance Athletics means that rather than rolling, your result is 10 plus your proficiency modifier. So you do not get strength to that. But that is your fixed result and nothing changes it. For instance, a -10 because it's your third attack is not applied.
Oh.
Now that value is rarely going to be enough to, ass against significant things, but it is enough to pretty reliably trip, low threat enemies, and has decent odds of just getting, if you just need to stack on another -2 because Gerrit is the one who's actually disarming him, or something like that. It has use there.
It's
But
18
do keep
for
in
me.
mind that you lose the strength out of it.
Yeah, it'd be 18.
Hmm.
I think for me, the current thought is that 18's a little too low for me to want to take that feat yet. If it was higher, then obviously proportionally higher because theirs will go up too. But 18's a little low.
It will never get to the point where it feels like a super strong option, but it can be a solid. You're already at a -10 multi-attack penalty, fighting a weaker enemy that you could probably trip with an 18 or whatever your result would be.
Yeah, I guess the -10 is you can't just roll your way out of that.
Yeah, like, I mean, if the number's not green, you're gonna have a hard time with that.
Over the course of that battle, my HP did take up by 1 at some point.
I've made
My
the adjustment.
my stone.
Oh, yes, yes.
I don't know why for some reason, like, I don't know how I tricked my brain into just permanently doing the wrong math for assurance. But now...
Now you can accidentally kill yourself.
Yeah, or I can also just... Well, so and this still auto crits from mortal healing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
At least when no one takes a bath.
Right. Also, we do the fancy rock thing. Is that divine magic?
Alright.
The one Kalat has?
Yeah.
No, it is not.
Okay, good. Asking for a friend. That's gonna be a huge help. I can stop
ready.
rolling 2s and 3s exclusively on medicine checks.
Yes, please. We also might want to go restock on potions, because I feel like they've been very helpful.
The thing is, I can make a lot, but I overspent in our last encounter.
Yeah, we did just go from one big fight to another big fight. Yeah, so I think if we're back and available, Wave, like, as the smell of burnt human flesh and hair kind of rises off of this campfire, Waves will roll our defeated bad guy, not remembering his name, off of the campfire and mention the group. I'm getting quite sick of dealing with these stag folk. Maybe we should
Oh, speaking of which,
try
I
and
take
deal with
the...
one of their lieutenants in the area.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, I want to look at the necklace, make sure, and take it if it is a stag necklace. But I'm pretty sure it is.
It indeed is, yes.
Alright. Adding another one to my inventory. Is this one of collect all 6 and unlock the hidden layer type thing?
No, it advances it to the next level of the medallion. Becomes a moderate stag lord's necklace.
The stag tines just grow bigger.
Well, if anyone asks, we have 3 of them now.
For some reason I thought we had more than that.
Nope, just 3. Because we got one from the first bandit, then this guy, and then it was like a female infernal person we fought, right?
Vessel. Yeah, I'm using her halberd.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think we loot the bodies, yeah?
we also this guy, I think, right, had the one saying like, "Well, we won't tell his brother."
Yeah, he mentioned a brother, so I'm just trying to get location of another camp, I guess, or...
Also, this one, just the entire time you're carrying him, even after putting him down, he's just whispering prayers to himself. Having a look around, you find what is now in chat.
Aha.
And
Very
it's
big
Magnus.
weapon. I'll just add these to the party tab.
As I now realize that magic weapons are exclusively great clubs in this campaign, it seems.
Yeah. And also exclusively in Wave's inventory.
If anyone ever loots my bag off the ground, they're gonna find some real nice loot.
Isn't there a dedication that's like weapons master or something like that?
Maybe.
I swear I saw that one.
Probably.
I think our plan is to rip these runes off of these weapons, though, and
Yeah.
distribute them among more useful stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
with
just-
crafting checks, you can move around runes.
And
even
on top
costs
of that-
you a tiny bit, like 10% of what it would cost to make them, but It's not much by comparison.
I'm just imagining
Also-
Colin's backpack is like 10-10 scroll from Naruto. It's pulling out weapons out of everywhere.
Also, with magical crafting, I can replicate these. And it helps having, like, for example, it helps having a striking rune. Because I can then use it to learn the formula.
How can anyone put in a striking rune immediately? Like, can we take it from the Great Club and add it to
That's
one
what
of our
Robert-
weapons now?
That's what Robert's character can do, but we need a time to spend to do the crafting stuff. So I assume we probably want to get back to Oleg's for that.
Okay.
I don't know the time frame, but it's probably.
Also,
Better to
if
do
I were
that.
gonna do my Acclies, I'd have to have one for each thing. One doesn't apply to both, right? If you're dual handing something.
That is correct, though there is
Okay.
a magic item called a doubling ring that basically makes whatever is in your primary hand, that is also what is in your second hand.
Okay.
I've added all the currency and armors and that party stash.
Or-
We can divide it up when we get back to Oleg's.
Magical quarterstaff, doubling ring. I am Darth Maul, but with 2 blades.
Oh no.
It takes 1 day to either transfer a rune or to swap a pair.
Okay. Well, we're on our way back anyway. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to hit up the outpost.
Yeah, I was thinking we could maybe like rest here for the night and then cross to the bridge.
I will bring you back to the main map just so you can make plans.
Also, how big is pig? How much pig did we just get?
It's a large boar. It's certainly more than the 4 of you can eat.
Maybe we can cook that
Iconic.
tonight and turn that into some traveling rations.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in the square next to Surlo's camp, so we could go back through that way, cross the bridge over, and then make our way.
Yeah,
back up to
and
Surlo's.
technically, we haven't investigated.
Yeah, we haven't investigated this side of the river yet.
I'm fine. I mean, if we go that way, we should be aware that there shouldn't be, hopefully, any more bandits in that area, or
Why is
anyone
there a
that
castle
really
icon here?
the
That
temple.
is the Temple of Aristil.
Oh,
Yes.
right, duh. It's like, I don't remember a castle.
I think probably first things first is we cook up this boar so it doesn't spoil and go to sleep for the night.
And I heal people.
We still have the unconscious person that need to be
Oh, right.
Yes, we
investigated.
do.
You have an
you do
unconscious
have
person and a conscious person.
We can send the conscious person back to Oleg's and just one survivor from every bandit camp gets to live to tell the tale.
Also, just as a note, I will let you know you've got the time to heal up. You don't need to make rolls. You can heal everyone to full over the next few hours.
I
since you've already
don't need to
stated
make
that
rolls anyway.
You are free to.
I heal over the course of the hour with my ring. Or Wayfinder.
Mhm.
Nope.
I guess I should take crit damage off of that. That would be.
Five
Range
from ability
strike.
modifier.
When you fail,
Yeah,
you do
that's
critical
the
damage.
that's
That's
godless
stronger.
plus mortal. So that's me
Okay.
healing myself.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then I have one for just mortal, and then I have one for non-mortal.
Nice.
For those god heathens.
Yeah. Imagine
Which number do you use there? The damage number or the critical?
the damage number.
Okay.
I don't
These
know
are
how
all
to take.
D6s. They should be D8s.
Oh, I fucked that up. Cool.
All right, investigator. What are you asking
Can I get
our friendos?
Is he waking up?
So you've got the guy unconscious, and then there's the archer who you brought back, who's just like eyes closed, huddled up, just whispering prayers to Sarenrae.
Well, okay, so I guess before I get to him, I just look at the party and I'm like, do we want to send him back to Olog's with us or ahead of us? Or what do we want to do with him? I mean, I think we sent 2 so far? Bandits
Yeah.
to
3,
Oleg's?
if I recall correctly.
3?
3 to Oleg's, yep.
And they're doing fine.
Potentially.
That one almost killed me.
I'm starting to think that these bandits are going to
you
become...
did brutally murder one of them right in front of him.
I'm starting to think these bandits might become more of a nuisance than a help. If we,
The whimpering one, I'd be inclined to send back, but the other,
I was
I don't
talking
see how we
about.
could.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the one who's currently conscious.
Yeah, I'm in favor of the conscious. The one who attacked me when I was already down. Not so much.
Sure. Okay, so I guess for him, we'll just be like, we'll let you live for now. But if you ever cross us, then just know how easily we can take you out.
He doesn't even seem to like process that you're speaking to him. Just like completely focused on his own whispering until you finally, like, with a touch, he sort of shakes out of it, and then as you tell him that he will be spared, he just immediately stretches out his hands towards you. Thank you.
I'm like, yeah. That's enough of that. And then I guess we.
Are we sending him back to Oleg's, or are we just letting him?
I feel like if we're going that way anyway, we might as well escort him. I mean,
just like physically bring this guy to Oleg's.
Yeah, I mean we're good. That's our objective anyway.
Mandatory rehabilitation.
We want a
Meetings will
different
commence
life for
until
you.
morale is improved.
One that's not ruled by the Stag Lord. Would you be willing to travel with us back to our base of operations?
Yes, of course.
You'll not be the first we've given a new chance at life. You'll be among comrades, I guess.
What is it?
His light shines through you all.
What is it you want most in life? Money? Living quarters? Food?
He sort of like looks slightly confused by the question.
I'm asking this because I need someone to report of what's going on at Oleg's for when we show up. Let us know if any of the people we have helped start acting out of line. If you be our inside man,
a blank expression, not seem to follow what you're implying.
I need a spy at Oleg's to let us know if any of the bandits try and turn on us or are not, pursuing virtuous lives. And in exchange, we'll bring you back extra food or maybe a couple gold here and there when we show up.
I'd be interested to know this man's story. Would he be willing, unlike his boss, be willing to tell us his story?
I'll tell you anything. He gives a nod to that.
I mean, he knows the alternative, so...
Why are you here? In these woods. What happened to your previous life?
I grew up in Bravoy. I worked on a farm like most. And a few friends of mine, those that I was raised with, they said, well, they said that there were more opportunities down here, something to get away from a boring life of farm work. But I don't think there's anything that I'd rather go back to now. I've followed them here, and he kind of trails off with that.
All right.
Seems good enough for me.
Yeah.
I have no further questions.
So maybe not this guy for a spy. He's too simple-minded.
He's just a good dude in a bad place. Not really.
But
probably
eventually, one of my goals is to get a spy or informant in Oleg's, just for that purpose of preventing an uprising.
To be fair, we there is a station of guards. They're
Oh
probably
yeah, that's true.
doing a little bit of the reconnaissance,
That's true.
keeping
That's
tabs
fair.
of anybody who's acting out.
Also, not all of those bandits stayed, right? Like some of them were like, "Well, I'm gonna go get a job back up in Brevoy again," right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Of the three you brought back, one of them seemed like, at least as far as you could tell, genuine in his efforts to repay Oleg for the harm that he helped cause him, and is last you heard still there helping out. The other two, basically, as soon as they felt like they could leave without you killing them, returned to Brevoy.
All right. Well, I guess we'll take this one back and do the same thing. So I guess I'm done with him then.
What are they doing with you?
The other one we need to find out more about.
Yeah, the brother.
structure of the Stag Lord's lackeys, I think.
Okay, wait. Was he saying his brother or the big guy's brother?
Big guy.
Big guys, brother.
Okay, yeah. I need to find out if the big guy's brother has a necklace too.
Most likely.
And if so, where? That's our next gym leader.
We have
So-
smelling slots.
Yeah, gonna wake him up then.
Yeah.
Do wake him up. I also I hand Wave a vial of the grave root poison in just say in case you guys need some extra motivation.
Sounds good.
I think Wave's the sassiest one right now.
I'm feeling real sassy. I'm kind of annoyed by all these stag people. They're being very uncooperative in our new land that we will rule.
So I haven't been getting like sound effects from the browser tonight, so I don't hear the whoop every time like somebody sends something. Dooms or other people have been randomly typing stuff but not entering it, and it shifts all the things up. And it just looked to me like Ryan kept rolling heals, and I just see 46 pop. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how much do you need to heal?
I mean, the cool part is all those numbers are very possible.
All right.
All right. Yep. So wake the guy up.
Wake him up to the vision of his boss's face melted away by the flames of our fire and the smell of burning flesh and hair of human in the air.
And to an intimidating glare.
with a first breath of the smelling salts, and then the second of burnt flesh and the sights that he sees. He doesn't seem to be in the jolliest of moods as he awakens.
Ryan,
Kind
your
of
crit
squinting.
values are still based on d6.
Weird.
The last one.
I'll
The
look
crit
into
is
that.
It was a different section, and like. uses
Oh, I
a
see it.
different-
Yeah. Oh, can I just remove it there? Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Still healing, guys.
Was he awake? I didn't.
Is he
Yeah.
intimidated by the glare?
So he's definitely just kind of shook overall. Initial appearance kind of withdrawn.
So I guess my first thing, it's a long shot. I don't expect to get this type of information from him, but I'm just dangling the 3 stag necklaces we've collected, and I'd be like, tell us what you know about these. What are their purposes? They seem to be given to high-level officials or high-ranking members.
He nods. Yeah.
How many of them total do you know?
Not sure.
Does the brother you mentioned, does he have one?
He's the one in charge of this area.
Okay, where would we find him?
He has a camp.
Where?
Near the skunk.
Skunk?
Can you point to it on this map that we're turning?
Yeah, can you mark
Show
it on
show
the-
him your currently built out map.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. We haven't done this before. This is. I didn't think about the fact that we probably
reveals
actually
a
have
huge
a real
area.
map.
Yeah,
you,
why
this
did we
is
do
literally
this?
what you've been doing here. I misplaced the thingamabob. 1 quick second. There it is.
We need to find somebody who has one of the these maps, but it has the elevation circles and stuff.
Oh, topographical.
Yeah, topographical map.
It's down this way, and he points at the map and then just kind of points down from here,
Okay.
maybe 20 or so miles.
Okay. I can't. Do you have any other information that may spare your life? Keep in mind, I'm doing this with an intimidating glare. What
do
you've
you
given
want-
me so far is not enough.
What do you want to know?
Self-important. Start talking. Got a lot. Numbers. Place it.
Kruta, that's his brother, Kruta Imgraf.
Mm-hmm.
There's a type of it. He's even a bigger man than he was. He rules this side, up through the Thorn, which that's now Cirlos, and past that, over the Shrike. He stumbles for a moment. Shaman Glov Shao? It's something like that. He's a gnome, and he rules that side.
Okay.
I think that's your man, Pies.
Zero.
Sirlo's the swashbuckler who has
Yeah.
Sirlo's camp where he used to live.
The gnome
He's
is
the
the
one that
blood
you
mage.
sort of put in charge, effectively.
I didn't. Well, we took out his leader, and then I guess he sold his story, and then therefore is now in charge of what used to be Cressel's.
He capitalized the opportunity that you left him, allowing him to be in charge. Is a better way to put it.
Yeah. We're gonna go
Okay.
take him down. He's got a necklace now.
So what we know so far is that on the left, bottom left of where we are right now is Kruta's territory,
Mhm.
and then Cirlo has territory somewhere
Yep.
in the middle,
Right
and then
here.
to the right of that is the what would you say gnome?
Yeah, across the river that we know is somewhere this direction.
The
There's
Shrike.
the gnome shaman.
We haven't met him though. I don't think, right?
But we've heard of him before. We
He's the
we've
blood
also heard
mage.
of,
Oh,
Wait, is he?
Isn't he Dobin?
No.
I don't think so.
no, he was
I don't-
apprenticed, or Dovin was
Yeah.
apprenticed to him, or something like that.
You knew that he was Dovin's apprentice.
Ah.
Okay.
I just
You
have
know-
Five's target written down.
One more question I want to ask. Out of all three of them, who would you say is the weakest?
I don't much know Cirlo or the gnome,
Fair enough.
but I wouldn't want to cross paths with Kruta.
Okay. I think that's all the information I want.
Cirlo
How
also.
many men does he have?
Cirlo's one to watch out for too. I hear he killed an owlbear by himself.
Impressive.
We know of Cirlo. How many men does Kuda have at his camp?
About a dozen, though spread out. Perhaps only half that, maybe 4 at any given day. What's happening over
Why
there?
is there a giant bar?
I'm working on getting
Oh, okay.
the,
Oh, I see. I see.
but the fucking Z indexing.
Yeah. I see our lines shifting. Okay. Somewhere. Okay. I know somebody we talked to was like, there's a witch, and there's the guy that the shaman guy, and then there's the thing, something over here. So there's like one more leader person that we haven't gotten more information of since then, right?
Well, that
I
was
think you may be mentally blending or separating the shaman and the witch.
Okay. I thought that we had one more leader. I thought there was 3.
well. There's
leaders
Cressel that
before
we already
Cirlo.
beat, who they referred to pretty highly when we were talking about.
Oh. I was thinking is that. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just mixing up the notes.
And Kressel was the tiefling like Gish.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have north of the Thorn and west is the ugly guy, and east of the Shrike in the south is the short guy.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions? I think we're done here. Who's our janitor?
Probably me.
So we're killing this.
Are you
That's my
saying this
plan.
into your shot?
I mean,
no, this is kind of
me,
more meta. I thought
probably
we
not.
decided that we weren't going to kill people that have surrendered at this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which I'm okay with killing people, but I just thought it was against very specifically the two people who just called for this dude to be killed. It was against their motives to kill people who have surrendered.
I think we were kind of we've been floating on the like or hanging out on the like, yeah, if we capture somebody to question them, we're not gonna kill them immediately afterwards. Or like if they surrender and they don't die in the combat sort of thing. Where it's like there may be a situation where someone surrender, like I could have probably finished off that guy who fell on the ground and had a relatively clean conscience. That was kind of where we were at that point.
Yeah. The difference is I wasn't being attacked in the other fights,
Oh.
and now that I do feel the anger boiling up. But then when Kalat says that, I'm like, yes, and I calm down.
So I kill him.
No.
No, I think I have an idea.
Dead.
I think to let him go, and know that he won't be a problem, we just break his right hand.
Yeah, no more dual wielding for you.
His axe.
And then he can live and do whatever he needs to survive. But I can't in good conscience let this man walk. He's too powerful to just let him just like walk around with no consequences. And just run back to Kruda.
I mean,
have a
we're making
potential.
our way. Go ahead.
We could potentially send him to Cirlo.
That's not a bad idea.
Send him to Cirlo with some kind of relatively vague message, like the owlbear sent him. And
I mean, we're heading to Cirlo's anyway. Maybe we just bring him directly there.
Yeah, I was gonna say either that. I kind of like that option, but another choice that we have is we could take him also back to the encampment, but we can send him as a bad guy to Bread Boy. Dope.
Yeah, like send him back to jail or have him put on trial, whatever.
I'm not necessarily huge on that, but I'm also not gonna speak up too much against it.
I like that
Maybe
option
leave
until I
him
heard
with
of
Cirlo.
Cirlo. Yeah, I like the Cirlo.
Or we can.
sending a
All right.
gift over to Cirlo so that he remembers that we exist and that there's still an owlbear on the loose ravishing bandit camps in case he gets too high and mighty.
Here's our general moral compass code. We beat up the bad guys and we occasionally kill them in combat and occasionally not. The really bad guys, we find ones that are there because they have to be, and we send those ones back to Oleg's to rehabilitate their lives. And all the other ones that we can't deal with and can't kill, we just ship off to Cirlo. Now we've got a perfect dumping ground.
Or the kobolds. Like there's always that option too. We can.
It seems like the kind of guy who would just kill all the kobolds.
We're basically supporting different factions.
At the end of this, we have to, deal with Cirlo and his 40 companions.
I mean, if
we're not there yet.
if Cirlo develops a mighty companion hall and becomes the new Stag Lord, and we have to fight the Stag Lord twice, I'm honestly fine with that.
I mean, yeah, honestly, a Stag Lord that only stabs for 1 damage every 4 rounds. Not a very, very big threat.
Okay. I'm down for this idea. This
All right.
sounds like a good plan. We'll
All right.
we'll keep him as a prisoner. We'll bring him with us to Sorlo's camp and then drop him off there.
I can't remember. Did anybody buy any restrainment devices, or do we just have rope?
I think we just
We have
have
manacles, I think.
That's why I feel like somebody had manacles, but maybe I'm thinking of a different campaign.
Maybe.
I thought you had manacles.
Don't you have manacles, Tevin?
I was looking at it, but I didn't buy them.
Then it's probably
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Next time.
out of Sherlock Holmes investigator doesn't have manacles.
I didn't think I'd be doing a lot of imprisonment out here in in the stolen lands.
I mean, to be
Touche.
fair, manacles are usually my thing. Like, Colin's got the grappling rope. I usually buy the manacles.
True. I buy a lot of bags.
All right.
That is where we will conclude session for tonight.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Cool.
Good run.
Yeah.
Is this considered explored now?
Yes, you've got this hex fully explored. I think someone already marked it though. It just
Yeah, I already got it.
slightly was shifted a tiny bit into the fog as things were jostled.
Gotcha.
I still can't make these not
Also,
crit,
there's
but
there's a very small, tiny amount of fog that's just below the M and in camp.
wait, where? Oh yeah. That little little
It's
triangle.
done.
It is done.
I'm putting it back though.
Oh, actually, that's somehow less offensive.
Because it was square instead of just this tiny little thing.
Tiny little shrapnel piece hanging out.
Well,
The
I'm
shrapnel of darkness.
real glad that Doomer fixed my brain on how assurance works, because I think that's gonna be actually huge.
Game changer.
Can stop roll. I have a +9 is the thing, right? Like, I should be.
You've tried to heal me during battle so many times, and I don't think it's worked out once.
I
What do
think
you need,
that
a 15, right?
I need a 15. Yeah, I think that I've
Like,
failed like
over 25% chance to fail your roll every time you roll it. Like that's not.
but I think I've
insignificant.
failed like 6 out of 7 of my battlefield medicine, and that's
I
not
only
counting
remember one
like
success, which was mine today. That's the only one I remember.
So
Well,
oh, good.
I was gonna say he healed once last time.
yeah. I think so.
So he was like, "This is all I needed in order to take the turtle fight."
Oh yeah, well, but that one, keep in mind also, I healed 3 of us with all 3 of my actions, and it only worked on me.
Yeah.
But now it just works all the time. It's fine.
In the 2e game that I'm in, we're like level 9 now, and I'm a medic with medic archetype. We had a new person join at like level 7 because someone had to quit due to college. And my first 4 medicine checks on them, with the higher DC that I was aiming for, I pass on a 3. I got 2 1s and 2 2s on my first 4 rolls trying to fix them.
I think medics are just cursed, man.
Everybody wants the healer until they have surgical tools aimed at your, your wound.
It is explained by not having worked on half-orcs before. They're so different.
I mean, listen. In Gerrit's defense in canon, we got a robot, we got a fish, we got a regular dude.
My anatomy is actually probably the closest to regular dude.
Yeah, but it doesn't help
More
when you're
than
trying to
Devon's?
treat the regular.
I mean, not more than Devon's, I don't think.
Wait, I gotta
Yeah.
remove the. I gotta work around the gills. Wait, there's no gills on this one. Dang it.
Oh, I forgot they don't have the hag-like stuff inside them that I have to worry about. I'm so used to
Oh,
operating on my
you guys don't
spell.
have just like mistletoe surrounding your heart? That's weird.
Why are you checking my heart out right now?
Don't worry about it.
Why do you have so many arteries? I never understood this. Weaknesses all throughout your body.